It says connecting.
Mm.
And we are live, sir.
Sweet.
Welcome, everybody, to Future of Football, the NFL Draft Special,
Hey, new members!
live on
You
my
are following
channel.
the wild adventures of
And I am
Sheba.
excited about this tonight because we are going to have a wonderful, fun time. Right, Nate?
Yes, we are. We are about to see a historic draft.
One of the most historical drafts in recent memory, especially with the fact that we get to boo the commissioner and we don't hear the fans booing him at the same time. But
So, was there any word, Logan, on the Washington Redskins trading out of the number 2 spot? I know there was some talk about it yesterday, but I did not get any confirmation on it today. Have you heard anything, sir?
I have recently actually heard just a few minutes ago via Ian Rappaport on the NFL Network channel stating that the Redskins are not going to be trading the second round pick.
They are not. So, do you believe that Chase Young will be the automatic favorite for that pick, sir?
Yes, I do. I believe that the NFL is about to see a bright young star, pun intended, going to the Washington Redskins on the other side alongside Sweat. What do you think, sir? Can you imagine?
Well,
Can you
that's
imagine?
the best thing for them.
It really is. I mean, can you imagine Sweat on the one side and then you have Young on the other side? It's going to be dangerous.
No, Washington is going to have to play off their defense because their offense is not very good, sir.
It's really not that good, I think. In the long run for Chase, he's going to be a uh, a sack monster alongside Sweat, and they got some young up and coming stars, and then like Collins and all that on that defense. That defense can only soar.
Yep.
But as you talked about pick number 2, let's talk Joe Burrow going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Do you honestly think, Nate, that Burrow will do an Eli Manning and kind of like Philip Rivers and not want to go to Cincinnati?
No, I do not.
You know, there's been rumors going around for the past few months because of all the trash talk on Cincinnati Bengals that they might not do it, that he might not go. But I believe you're correct, sir. Honestly think Joe Burrow will be a Cincinnati Bengal for years to come.
I do believe he may be a game changer for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we have to remember here that he is an Ohio native.
Yes, he is an Ohio native.
So
Speaking
he
of,
has to
go
have
ahead.
some sort of you know, fanism there to want to make Cincy better. Unless he was a born Cleveland fan.
Well, speaking of Ohio natives, we are also going to have a guest coming on in less than 45 minutes. Rich from the future of ghost hunting that does the show with me. And as we interview ghost hunters, and recently we've had 2 special guests, Nate, if you didn't know. We have interviewed and did a podcast with 2 people from the actual ghost hunters off of A&E, the actual TV show.
Nice.
And it's just going to keep on coming. And speaking of hearing glasses with ice in it, please make me one, sir.
I am very excited. Just so everyone knows, I bleed silver. I bleed silver. I am a die-hard Oakland Raiders fan, and they will be Oakland until I die. even though they are switching to Vegas this year. I will refer to them as the Oakland Raiders. And I am also born and bred Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Oh, look at that.
And I do believe with the number 12 pick, we will take CeeDee Lamb if he is on the board. I believe that man has the talent to be the next Megatron. You heard it here first.
So I am guessing here right now, Nate, that if the New York Jets do go offensive line at number 11, if we don't do anything crazy and trade up or trade down, the Raiders do have a great shot at getting Lamb if the Jets do go offensive line. How mad would you be if you were doing a podcast with a Jets fan and the Jets do get Lamb before you, one pick before you?
I will be very upset. I'm probably going to break things in my house.
Will you break my glass? Is the question.
That is a good possibility. I will be breaking a lot of things. But it's okay. I know Oakland, they have to go for a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. And saying that, we already have a young and upcoming Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
Our offensive line is a top 10.
Mm-hmm.
All we need is a playmaker. Tyrell Williams obviously was not that guy. He is a number 2 receiver, and we need the playmaker. Now, you also have Hugs out there, and you also have Jerry Jeudy. Now, either one of those will be a good addition too, but me being favoritism towards Boomer Sooner, I'm going to have to say that CeeDee Lamb is the best pick there at number 12, if he is still available.
Yes, and I do agree with you on that. And I will just say right now that if you're watching the NFL Network channel, having fans via I guess video, that is a cool thing to have. They just showed like 20 maybe videos
I
of
see
people
that.
streaming, and that little kid on the bottom. How much do you think that little boy is having a good time right now being on live TV?
Oh, well, you would think it would be great because they are going to possibly get a game-changing quarterback to help their franchise. Because this franchise here has been mediocre for quite some time.
Yes.
Andy Dalton has not been able to get them over the top. They have just he is a mediocre quarterback going with a mediocre owner. Everything about the Cincinnati Bengals is mediocre to unstellar.
They have lacked on both sides of the ball for many years. I mean, they've went to playoffs. They've had their opportunities. They've been given opportunities to win a playoff game, and I can't remember what year it was it was the last time they actually won a playoff game. Can Joe Burrow do that if he indeed, which I'm pretty sure we're 110% sure he's going number 1.
He is. He will be the first pick in the 2020 draft. In the coronavirus draft.
Yep, in the COVID-19.
He will be the first.
He will be the very first draftee to actually be drafted on a situation that's going around the country. And also, you said you are from Oklahoma. I do want to throw a shout out to everyone and hope everyone's safe from the massive tornadoes that went through that state as well.
We had a very rough day yesterday.
Yes, you guys did.
An actual tornado just dropped 20 miles east of me yesterday in a place that I once called home, Madill, Oklahoma.
Yes, and I hope everyone's doing okay. And prayers to the families that lost some family members. I know there was a couple people.
And it's showing here, Logan, 29 seasons without a playoff win for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And not just that, watching them fake fans with paper bags over their heads, I feel bad for them. I really do. I really do feel bad for them people. If they were real people, they would be sad little people. But look at the ties. If everybody's watching the NFL Network right now, the ties in the family history of the Burrow family, it's crazy. And him being Mr. Football in 2014, as soon as I see that, I hope to God they're not, Johnny Manziel. I hope this doesn't happen to Burrow.
I do not believe he will. I mean, this guy broke records. Speaking of how good he done, he obliterated Oklahoma's defense in
Mm-hmm.
the first round of the playoffs, and I didn't want Oklahoma to make the playoffs because I knew that was going to happen. He is that good, folks. He is that good. This dude, in my mind, will win Rookie of the Year 2020.
He could definitely do that. And honestly, if it's not him, could you name one person, Nate, that could be an underrated 2020 Rookie of the Year?
It depends on where they go. Just knowing the top two right now, I would have to go with Burrow because, of course, the draft hasn't started, so we don't have any clue where anybody is.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
about situations where a guy is drafted that fits into the scheme of what the NFL club has for them.
Exactly. That's the truth right there. And another thing I would like to mention before we actually get the the actual pick for number one here in just a little bit is one thing that I sent you earlier, and we're gonna talk about the Houston Texans real quick. What is Bill O'Brien thinking trading DeAndre Hopkins, and then they trade before him they traded Clowney, and now the rumors going on that they want to try to trade back into the first round by trading J.J. Watt. Could you see this happening?
I don't really know that they would get that big of a haul for JJ. I'm not up to date on his current contract situation, but I know he will take a big cap hit. And I just don't know if anybody has the room or want to give up a first round pick for an aging defensive end in JJ Watt. Now, he is a beast that is guaranteed, but he has been battered with injuries his entire career. That
Well,
is a big, big gamble there. But if you're
yes.
one pass rusher away from putting you over the top, I could see somebody making a play for him.
Well, right now, for J.J. Watt, I'm looking at his current contract. In 2014, he did sign a big deal. This deal was insane. It was a 6-year, $100 million contract. So that means in his new deal will run through the 2021 season. And the details right here, I'm going to click on him right now, is he is due for a 2020 salary cap charge of $15 million. What team would have that kind of cash to pretty much take on that contract for the remaining 2 years?
Well, the Vegas Raiders, they do have they do have the money to do a deal, but John Gruden is not apt to paying defensive ends.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just here recently, we've seen him trade off the best, hands down, pass rusher in the game in Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, somebody I do think could make a play would be the Cardinals. I do believe they could.
That would be
Cardinals have
insane.
plenty of cap space. They just made the move to get DeAndre Hopkins now to bolster up that line just a little more. I do believe they might be a play.
That would be insane to have J.J. Watt on that defensive line. But also speaking of the Raiders, there has been rumors going around today, just a few hours ago, that indeed we could see the Jaguars send Yannick to the Raiders for a first round pick. That is also been a rumor going around, and I don't know if you got to see that.
Well, I could very well see the Raiders making some kind of move. If they do in the Khalil Mack trade, they do have the 19th overall as well as the 12th. So there is Chucky could possibly uh they could possibly move back because they're saying that they could move back from the 12th spot and still land one of the top three playmakers at wide receiver in Huggs, Lamb, and Judy. So there's very well a possibility. There's going to be some trades tonight, I guarantee it, that's going to shake up this draft. There definitely will be. And I don't know who is going to take the chance on Tua. They're saying that the Dolphins may. I don't know. The Dolphins have quite a few picks too, don't they?
Oh yes, I think we do know that they have the Houston Texans. I'm pretty sure they have two or three picks this year.
Yep, the 18th pick. They have the 5 pick, the 18th pick.
Yeah,
the pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm pretty sure we know
and
who
they
they
also
just took.
have the 26th pick as well. So
and the 26th. You have got to be kidding me.
3 draft picks this year, and they could very well trade down. And that would be, I think the Texans, that would probably be the best bet for them to trade back into the first round, is to trade with the Dolphins. Do they have the cap space for a guy like J.J. Watt? You never know. I mean, I don't see anybody else on the Houston Texans that would be a first round go-getter.
No, not at this point.
So we are.
He would be the only one, and I would think that it would be the last pick in the first round, the 26th, for an aging J.J. Watt.
Maybe the 26th pick. I think that would be.
Yeah.
Because you're almost going into the second round, even though the early second round.
That could be a possibility. That very well could.
Yeah, the early second round is technically, a lot of people say it's still late first round, so we shall see. I mean, the pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals. Did Joe Burrow? He's even already got the hat. Look at it. He's already got the hat.
Yeah.
So it's looking like, in my mind, there we go.
There he is, and we all knew it was going to happen.
Yes, and I know I'm just a little bit earlier than you, so I will try to refrain from spoiling anything for you.
That's fine. I don't care as long as you don't spoil the Raiders and the Cowboys.
Okay, well.
Those are the two I'm going to be really, really eager. And I wouldn't like a spoiler there, sir.
I will. Well, while we're at it, let's talk about the divisional Redskins here for a second. But we will talk about the Dallas Cowboys first, since you mentioned them. A lot of the mock drafts that I've been seeing and reading is that Jerry Jeudy could be a destination for the Cowboys or the Buccaneers.
I'm sorry, say that again, Logan.
Well, I've been hearing some mock drafts and reading some mock drafts today, and Cowboys and the Bucs are two teams that have been really linked to Jerry Jeudy or Henderson, the cornerback.
Yeah. If Dallas, I tell you what, if I was Jerry Jones, what I would do, right this instant, I would trade Dak Prescott to Miami for the number 5 overall pick.
Can you imagine?
Because they are going to pay that man $35 million. In my eyes, Dak Prescott is not a top 10 quarterback. And I think that will cripple the Cowboys' chances of doing anything in the next decade
Yeah,
if
especially
they do that.
especially after paying Amari Cooper. I will say this right now. If they were to do that trade idea that you just threw out there, Justin Herbert will probably be there at 5. We
For
could
sure.
Tua will probably be there at 5. And can you imagine the Cowboys doing pretty much what the Giants did last year and picking somebody that a lot of people don't know, but you never know what kind of quarterback he could be in the future.
Yes. Yeah, Tua is definitely a risk, but his upside weighs it. I could see a team doing that. Now, if Dallas is going to do that, no, they won't. Jerry Jones is an idiot, and he will end up paying Dak Prescott 30, 35 million a year, and he's not worth it. And if the Cowboys are going to do that, they have to go defense heavy in this draft.
And it's got to be Henderson, cornerback. I mean, in my
It has
opinion,
to be.
that's why I don't understand why they traded a cornerback just to draft a cornerback. That's the thing I don't understand what some of these teams they have playmakers that are absolutely amazing and then they trade them away and then go for the same position that you're pretty much getting the same thing. You're just wasting a draft pick. This is just my opinion. When you could get a
Hmm.
playmaker on a different position that you absolutely need. Cowboys do need a center now, right?
They do.
So that is going to be a question.
They do. The Cowboys offense runs through overpaid Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke, it seems the Cowboys have a lot of egos, young egos, and I think
Yes.
it's going to cripple the franchise.
It could definitely well cripple, especially look at what happened with the New York Giants and Odell Beckham Jr. and a couple of the teammates back a couple years ago. So,
Hmm.
there is another thing that I want to talk about. While I just saw that the Redskins pick is in, and that was fast as shit. Just want to say that right now. But we already know who's going to be taken second. We already know. But let's talk about one thing that we do need to talk about. Tom Brady to the Buccaneers and all the playmakers that they have on the offensive side of the ball. And then we saw that the Patriots yesterday traded Gronkowski to the Buccaneers to play with Tom Brady. And if you didn't know this, Nate, Gronkowski is actually signed to the WWE and is currently one of the champions on WWE right now. So, can you imagine? Gronkowski catches a football touchdown from Tom Brady, and then out comes a wrestler and pins him on the football field for the championship. I'll be laughing my ass off.
Is that a possibility, sir?
Yes, it is. Actually, it is a possibility because
Nice.
the championship that he currently holds is called the 24/7 champion, which can be defended anywhere at any time, even during a football game.
That would be nice. You know, Tampa has been waiting for this. They've been waiting to get back. They have the pieces in place to make a deep playoff run. And I noticed the other day that their over under win total for the 2020 season is 9. Now,
Wow.
this was before the Gronkowski trade.
Yes.
And I would be willing to bet everything I own, which is not much,
Which is not
but
much.
I would bet everything I own and my left leg that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, barring an injury from Brady, will win at least 11 games,
Good
even
possibility.
in the tough NFC South.
It's a good possibility. I mean, if you think about it, you look at all the talent on the offensive side of the ball. The only question that remains for the Buccaneers is how far can that defense take the Buccaneers?
That is a very good question. The defense is definitely not stellar, by no means. But you have to remember, you're bringing in the best quarterback to ever step on the field, and he will have the best supporting cast that he has ever had in his entire career.
Yes.
Chris Godwin is up and coming. He is a top 15 wide receiver, along with the beast Mike Evans, a Texas A&M Aggie,
Mm-hmm.
a complete beast that just tore it up in college with Johnny Manziel, and now here he is in the NFL, just dominating every corner that tries to play this man. He's a big physical receiver, and the last time Brady played with anybody like that was Randy Moss,
Yep.
and we all know what Randy Moss done. The year
Yes.
they almost went undefeated and went
Uh-huh.
to the Super Bowl and got beat by the New York Giants.
Exactly. You are right. The I can't imagine what the Buccaneers offense is going to look like, honestly. But did Chase Young just tease us with that phone call on the screen? All right, the pick is in. And
Chase Young.
there you go, Nate. We called it. He did tease us because he had that phone in his hand and was on the phone, and they had to show that. Good thing they didn't tease it before the pick came in, but Chase Young is going to be an absolute star alongside Sweat on that defensive line. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be insane.
Now, Chase Young is a little bit arrogant. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the ass. But he is very, very arrogant. I've seen many reports and interviews. But arrogance this day and age is good. But I just hope going to the battled Washington Redskins does not detour his career, because that's what we were talking about earlier. You got to be drafted into a situation that is going to help you. And I don't know of any situational player going to the Redskins coming out good. But maybe this guy will prove me wrong.
But the good thing about Chase Young going to the Washington Redskins is obviously the coaching staff and what Ron Rivera brought to the Carolina Panthers for many years is that nonsense, that no nonsense play, that no nonsense attitude where you are playing to win. You're not playing to be just all about me. And Ron Rivera brings it.
Showboat. But
Yes.
maybe this guy. I actually forgot about Juan Rivera going there. This
Yes.
might actually be a good fit for Chase Young because he is defense, defense, defense.
And I do want to talk about somebody that's in the chat right now. Sorry, I was having some issues with the live chat, but now I got it going. Is Rich was commenting. He said, Cowboys talk already. Man, come on. He said, I hope it's. He goes on to say, I hope it straight melts down, though. Cheater. You're right, though, and I hate it.
Damn, why gotta hate like that?
But as everybody is seeing on their screen right now, is Chase Young he's being compared to Clowney, and I believe that's a good comparison. And that's what Clowney does. He does disrupt the run game. So it's gonna be one of them amazing. It's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait for Chase Young to be able to showcase what he can do on the defensive side. And Nate, the Lions pick is in. Where could the Lions go here on their draft pick?
They need pass rush.
Yes.
They do need pass rush.
Going forward for the draft picks, we're going to talk strictly about the team that is about to, pick, okay? So, I
Okay.
actually have on my notepad right now, I did all 32 picks, And if there's a trade in, I already got it settled. So the Detroit Lions, here's the team needs that they need. Primary, they need a cornerback. They need the interior blah. All right, they need the defensive line, all right? And they need their
Hmm.
edge rusher. That is primary blah. I can't even talk today, Nate. What the hell?
What is wrong with you, sir?
I don't know, but the Lions need a cornerback, defensive line, and an edge rusher. That is their
Well, they
primary.
are they are projected to take Derek Brown, a big body out of Auburn. So they do need a pass rusher. That may be where they go here.
They definitely could. And then the secondary options is the offensive line, safety, wide receiver, and linebacker is also what they could go. And then I also have a thing that told me what the Detroit Lions don't need, and that's tight end. Here it is,
Tight
though.
end.
Oh,
Oh, Ohio State product.
oh, Jeff Akuda Matata. He is going to the Detroit Lions. I like this pick. They just traded their best cornerback to the Eagles. They
Do what
needed
now?
The Lions did trade their best cornerback to the Eagles just a few weeks
Oh
ago.
yeah.
They needed a cornerback. But the question is, was the cornerback or edge rusher what they strictly needed? What did they need the most?
I do believe they needed a rusher. I haven't looked at the stats, but I know they were in the bottom
Mhm. Yes, they were.
of rushing the quarterback. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. And also,
And I honestly do not like corners that come out of Ohio State. I'm not docking the program. I'm just saying I haven't seen any that's come out in recent years that has lived up to the hype. Gary Conley, one complete bust. He was traded away for a third round pick to the Texans. Or no,
mhm.
it might have been a fourth round pick.
Yeah, and then the
But this cat is
Texans.
a lot faster than Conley. He's a little smaller, but he is faster.
Well, it's going to be intriguing to see what the Lions do with him. I think this is not a bad pick. I think he is probably the
No, not at all.
best corner on the board right now. And
And this corner class is pretty. It's pretty weak this year.
yeah, that's true. Rich says it's so behind for you guys. I
Oh, he's
guess
saying that we're behind.
I'm guessing so, which is fine. That's totally fine. Just because we're behind, that's a good thing. So it doesn't spoil anything for anybody else
That's
listening at
true.
home.
That is true. Now, where do we think the Giants go here? If I'm the Giants, I want an electrifying playmaker for Daniel Jones. And where do I go if I'm the Giants? I go Jerry Judy out of Alabama. That's where I go. I do believe
Mm,
Daniel Jones has got to have somebody, just like Derek Carr. They have to have somebody to get the ball out and have a playmaker. And the Giants do not have that.
They absolutely do need a offensive weapon, a playmaker. If it's not offensive line, because that is their primary need. That's what it says is offensive tackle, linebacker, and edge. And then their secondary is safety, wide receiver, and edge. And their don't need is their defensive line, which I agree with.
Hmm.
Rich says they need to protect him though, and that's true. He's right.
For sure.
They do need to protect Daniel Jones, and getting a big, stout offensive lineman to, hanker down and protect him will go a long ways. But they also do need They also do need a wide receiver because they can only go so far with what the talents they have now without having Odell Beckham Jr. Now,
Saquon can't do it all.
no, Saquon Barkley cannot do it all. And Rich also says, and this is gonna make you laugh, Nate. He says, "Watch them pick a quarterback." uh,
Hey, Giants are a disgruntled franchise. They have a bunch of morons running the draft. Sorry for any Giants fans. But hey, man, I'm just calling it like I see it.
hey, my grandfather was a big time Giants fan when he was alive, and he absolute when he first got the dementia. Okay, we would talk about football every time I would go over, and he would always mention that he hated Eli Manning. But every time I told him that Eli Manning, because he couldn't remember that Eli Manning took them to 2 Super Bowls and won them. He couldn't remember that, which is
Uh-huh.
fine. It was okay, because it always made me laugh the fact that he always downed about Eli Manning's talent, and look what happened. They won 2 Super Bowls every time he talked about them. And he would always mention,
And they were wild cards too.
yeah, they were wild cards. They
The
were,
defense did step up and help that run. But if we sit here and we take away those 2 Super Bowls, even one Super Bowl,
hmm
is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer?
absolutely. Look what Look what he did with the talent around him with the New York Giants. You can't give it.
Hmm.
You can't. You can't take away what he has proven as a starter when he was still had it in him. And Rich has a point though. We will have to talk about this. This draft is so deep on the wide receivers. They have potential to have they could absolutely get a first round wide receiver in late rounds. That's how
I
deep this
know.
receiver
Oh
is.
no.
So I mean, I would say with the offensive line not being as deep as the wide receivers, I would see them going offensive tackle, and that also goes for my New York Jets, which we'll talk about later. But if I'm the Giants, I'll have to go. If they don't go wide receiver and do what you said and go Jerry Judy, they need to go offensive line and get the best one on the board since none of them has been taken yet.
Who do you think is the best offensive lineman
Ooh,
in this draft, Logan?
ooh, you have to put me on the spot here, huh? Well,
I just
there's
got to do it. I have mine. I already know who it is, and this man will be a beast for years to come.
well, go ahead and talk about yours because there is absolutely, I will say this right now. There's at least three of them that could be this pick coming up, which that is in.
I would take Andrew Thomas. This man mutilates defensive ends, inside linebackers coming off. This man is a huge man. He is the best lineman in the draft, I believe.
That's a good name, and I'm gonna give you a different one because this guy also could be a potential great pick for the Giants, and it's Tristan Wirfs. Offensive tackle. He is really really good offensive tackle. So I feel like that would be a good pick. But I do agree with you. That would be who you picked would be
I would not be surprised if he is with the best.
Andrew Thomas would be another one, and Becton also would be a very good one. So there's so many names on this board
Well,
right
you
here.
have that big dude. What was it, Willis? I believe from Alabama. That dude's a big truck too.
Jedrick Wills.
Yes, yes,
He's like
Junior.
he's like
Yes,
he's
he
like
is a
what,
beast.
6'9"?
Yeah, he's a huge tank. Is what he is. A huge tank. He could very well. I think it'll be between him and Thomas
And Rich, yeah,
of being the best.
Rich, I do understand what you were saying. He said that he was saying they could get one later. You're right. They could even draft two of
Oh
them.
yeah.
they could draft two of them in the late rounds, and they could be, round one, round two
Oh
projects.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This wide receiver class is out of control. I'm just being more biased. Honestly, I would address any needs besides, people that need playmakers than the wide receiver position because it is loaded for sure. They're saying
It
this is the
really
most
is.
loaded wide receiver class in years to come. So we'll see.
It will definitely be intriguing to see what they go, and the pick is in, and I'm ready for it.
Here we go. What do you think, Logan? Tackle?
I go offensive tackle. Let's see. Oh,
Andrew Thomas.
wow.
That is the best pick the Giants could have made right there.
Andrew
That is the
Thomas.
best pick. That I agree with that pick. That's spot on.
That is
They
spot on.
drafted the best lineman in the draft right there. They done good.
They did
And
fantastic.
I don't even like the Giants. I
Uh,
don't even like the Giants. They done good there. This man is a tank.
he is a tank, and just going off of what Andrew Thomas is out of Georgia, he was projected on a lot of mock drafts going Cleveland Browns, and that is a
Yeah.
big pick by the New York Giants.
Now, do we see the second quarterback come off the board here in Miami's pick? Or do we see this pick traded, Logan? What do you think?
It would be absolutely stunning if they did make a pick. In my opinion, if they don't trade this pick, I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they didn't trade maybe even two of these first rounders for future first rounders. They could go either way. They could do what the Raiders did last year and get three really good talents that are going to be playmakers right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be. I'm really wanting to see. And being a Jets fan, I don't want to see Dolphins do anything good. So please trade your first rounder for a seventh rounder.
I wish the Cowboys would come up and trade Dak right here.
It would if that were to happen, I think the everybody would be shocked. Everybody,
Yeah, I
every
know that there's a 1% chance of that happening.
if that were to happen, I would absolutely just like how crazy is that? And question: why is David Gettleman wearing a mask if he's the only one in the motherfucking room?
This dude is obviously on something.
I swear he is. I don't understand. I mean, I think they do have. I think they do have cameramen and all that in there.
Oh
So
God.
I don't understand why you would wear a mask if they have definitely been they've had their temperature taken and all that. So why are they? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
man.
I don't. But look at this, Nate. The Miami Dolphins in the next two drafts have 5 first-round picks and 4 second-round picks. Holy crap!
They can make a move for a big name right here. It
I,
would not surprise me if they do not trade this pick.
it would
But they
surprise
could
me.
go Tua. They could go Tua and take that chance of electrifying playmaker.
They definitely could go electrifying. If they don't trade this, it's gonna be insane. And Rich said for Thomas, what a big dude. He says big dude.
Yes, sir. I
And
can't believe that. I can't believe the Giants were smart enough to take what I think is the best lineman in the draft.
and just want to point this out here. It was on the TV screen, but the Dolphins in 2 decades have had one playoff win. That's it.
Uh,
And they've only been to the playoffs 4 times in 20 years. Ugh, that's a little. That's.
that's just to take a chance on Tua. That'd be the Dolphins' way. He's
Yep.
had two hip injuries. If he didn't have that, Tua probably. Well, no, I guess he wouldn't. He'd be set up right here.
Yeah, he
He'd be
would.
set up right here. Some were saying earlier after he got hurt, he wasn't going to go till the second round.
And
Now here
that
he
would
is back up at top. He must be
yep.
recovering very well.
Well, I mean, a lot of people were talking about his injury history and all that, and I don't believe that should be a thing because everybody's had some kind of injury, you know.
But
Some.
you have to think though, a hip injury is a very big. That is the number one injury
Oh, do I
that
know,
can
Nate?
take.
Oh, do I know?
It can take the most electrifying player in a draft and totally screw their career.
Look what happened to me. I've had 2 hip surgeries, and I'm needing a second. I mean, I need 2 hip replacements. Look at it. Look what it's done to me. I wanted to play football. I could have been on this damn screen. But I do want to talk about one thing since the Dolphins pick is in. Is the only team so far for the draft picks that we really didn't know who they were going to take is the Giants. So Tua, a lot of people are saying that he's probably going to go here because he was just shown on the screen and all. So this draft is almost predictable a little bit right now until the later into the draft.
There's gonna be some trades, and everything is gonna get flipped upside down.
Well, did you see the mock draft for Peter Schrader earlier today? He projected for this draft to have 5 trades in the first round. History making. That would be what? That would be the first time we've had 5 trades in a first round ever in the NFL.
Wow.
So, Dolphins, if they don't take Tua, Nate, who do you think?
Hmm. They do need a quarterback. I would have to say they're gonna take Tua.
What if they go Justin Herbert instead?
That's well, that's a safer pick in my eyes.
That would be a
That
safer
is a
pick.
safer pick.
And Justin Herbert, who do you who would you compare Herbert to be in besides Herbert the pervert? Who would you uh who would you compare him to in the NFL? Would you compare him to a Drew Brees, a Russell Wilson? Oh, but here it
I would
is.
say more like an Andrew Luck.
Oh,
There he goes.
there he
The
goes.
Dolphins done it.
Wow.
And the whole family does not look happy at all. We don't
Oh.
know why they look like they want to walk into oncoming traffic, but they do.
uh.
And look
Oh
at his
my
injuries.
God! Sprained knee, left quad, left ankle, broken index finger, dislocated hip, wall fracture, concussion, broken nose. Let's just say he lives in Baltimore or somewhere that has high rate of fighting in the alleyway. Look at that injury from November. He was crying, and man, this is gonna be a good. This is gonna be like one of those comeback stories. Honestly, what do you think, Nate? This is gonna be like his comeback. This is his opportunity to show all the negative Nancy's in around the world why the Dolphins made a good pick.
I mean, I wish nothing but the best for him, but I see this as a botched pick.
Botch
I
pick.
do. I do. I just I want the best for Tua, but I just don't see him doing this in the NFL. I don't see it. I don't think that his arm is good enough.
Oh
I
yeah,
really don't.
his arm is he's really talented. You know, he reminds me of with his running. He's got a better throwing arm than a Tim Tebow. But that's going to be the question that remains for everyone going forward, Nate, is Tua going to be a Michael Vick, or is he going to be a Tim Tebow and be out of the NFL in just a few years, especially due to
I'm gonna have to
injuries?
say, I'm gonna have to say this is another RG3 here.
I hope not.
I don't wish that on him, but I would have went safe and went with Herbert. And I'll tell you right now, if the Chargers don't take Herbert, then
They're on crack.
everybody that's in charge of drafting needs to walk into oncoming traffic.
Is he really showing his jacket to the head coach in them? That is weird. But if the Los Angeles Chargers do not go quarterback here, um, if they were to go offensive tackle and actually believe that Tyrod Taylor is the future of the Chargers, I really think they might be smoking crack. Because I do not think Tyrod Taylor is going to be a future starter in the NFL. Look what happened with the Cleveland Browns. He did not do anything with that team. And what? How many weeks did it take? It was what, week 3 against the New York Jets is when Baker Mayfield came in for Tyrod Taylor. Not just because he was injured, but he threw what, 2 picks, 3 picks.
Uh-huh.
But it's going to be a question, Nate, is if the Chargers do not go Herbert, and how pissed off would Tyrod Taylor be if this were to happen and in week 3 Justin Herbert is literally the head quarterback for the team. It's going to be intriguing. But look at all them names: Boomer Eisman, Steve Young, Mark Brunell, Michael Vick, Ken Stabler, all really good quarterbacks with the left hand, with the left arm.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
We'll have to see. I wish you nothing but the best.
I would have
I don't
I
know.
agree with you on going safe, honestly. But let's talk Los Angeles Chargers right now. Primary pick is what they need. Their team needs is quarterback, offensive tackle, and cornerback. Their secondary is offensive line, receiver, linebacker, and a running back. I don't think they need a running back. I think they have the future at the running back position.
If they want to go with Taylor and try to do that, I mean Simmons is still there from Clemson.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Uh, that would help their defense out, which I don't hope they do that. I don't at all.
I just think we're going to see the quarterback from Oregon, Justin Herbert, going to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, that would be the smartest move.
I do believe you're right. I mean, Justin Herbert, to me, he was just shown on the screen. He is the guy that reminds me so much of an Aaron Rodgers. Oh, please don't show Geno Smith on the damn screen.
Geno Smith, what a piece of garbage.
And Johnny Manziel.
This is that shoe sensation today. Now look at his shoes. He walked in, stuck his old pair in there, and walked out with a new pair.
What does she say about the football? She probably don't care, does she?
No, she's looking at stuff on uh, social media.
Oh, social media. Of course she would. But the Chargers pick is in, Nate. I know we've been talking a lot. I mean, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you like doing this with me.
No, I don't. I can't stand it.
You don't like doing this?
I'm just playing. Yes, I enjoy it, Logan.
Well, you're doing really good because I really like thoughts on every player and every team. I think you've been spot on about 95% of the time so far. You really have. I mean, I think you should be on the
Well,
screen with Michael Irvin and them. They need to take that boomer dude that's supposed to be good commentary off the screen and put Nate Folsom.
oh, we have the pick.
Oh,
We
pick is
have the
in.
pick.
Look at the fans on the screen. They're cheering for the Chargers. Good pick. Good
Yep.
pick.
that was very good. you don't have to rush them in. I believe getting a young quarterback like this, it's always good to let him sit a year. Now, whether or not he's going to do that, he may come in and blow Tyrod out the water.
Just like Baker Mayfield did with the Cleveland Browns, and that is something I believe will end up happening. Look what's happened to some of these quarterbacks after the team drafts a player. Look at what happened to Joe Flacco. He had to endure not one but two rookie quarterbacks that took his position away from him. It was Lamar Jackson and then what's his name for the Broncos also took his spot away. Tyrod Taylor is about to have two quarterbacks come in and take his spot away from him.
Derek Brown will be selected here.
You think the Panthers are going to go Derek Brown?
Yeah, Derek Brown will come off the board right here.
All right, well, let's look at the Panthers' needs so far. It says interior defensive line, cornerback, linebacker, and offensive line. So they need a little bit of everything. It also says they need receiver, safety, quarterback, defensive line, tight end, and edge. I don't understand why the quarterback spot is on there for needs because I do believe Teddy Bridgewater is going to do very well with the Carolina Panthers. What do you think?
Yeah, well, their offensive line is average.
It's average. Actually,
Um,
this past season, if you did not know, the Panthers' offensive line was ranked 32nd in protection.
32nd in protection. Maybe that's why Christian McCaffrey broke the record deal for a running back because he
Yeah.
is Mr. Everything.
Well, I mean, they only protected with the running back position. When the quarterback was in there, look what happened to Cam Newton. He got hurt really bad. And then their backup quarterback, he did pretty well with Kyle Allen, did okay, but he also had to deal with a lot of sacks and a lot of hits. So right now, the Panthers pick is already in, it says. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
But I will like to announce, Nate, that somebody's coming in on the call. Rich is about to join us.
All right, good deal.
So you won't have to hear my bullshit the whole time. But here we go. Let me add Rich to the call if it lets me. This stupid thing, you know how it goes. There we go, Rich. Being added right now. And then we'll get Rich's opinion on the Panthers also. And Rich will actually get to join us, Nate, before the Cleveland Browns pick also.
Uh-oh. I'm anxious to see what Mr. Big Rich wants with the number 10 pick.
What it do? What it do?
What up, Rich?
What it do, Rich? Oh, Richie Ball.
Welcome,
Rich, to the show. Hope you've been
What's
enjoying yourself listening to our bull crap.
You already know. You already know. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you pretty
Yeah,
well.
I hear you pretty good.
But Rich, what do you think? The Carolina Panthers will go with this pick.
Well, I was kind of hoping Herbie would have went to Carolina.
Ooh, that would have been some quarterback competition out the ass with Teddy and Justin battling
Man,
it out.
come on, man. Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, I mean, look what he did with the Saints for the couple games. I mean, can
Man,
he's no Drew Brees and he's no Cam Newton. I believe they did bad with letting Cam Newton walk.
Teddy, come on.
Oh man, are you saying,
Oh, man. That dude.
Mr. Rich, that you have no confidence of Mr. Teddy Bridgewater?
Absolutely zero. Absolutely zero. Zero. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, and I can't stand this dude, but I'll give Johnny Manziel. Suit him up over some damn Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
Teddy
he was
Bridgewater.
in a good situation with the
Exactly.
Saints. I think that's why he excelled.
Yeah, you got
Higher than what he
Kamara.
should have.
Yeah, you got Kamara and company. You got a nice offensive line. You got a scheme that works. You got Michael, I catch everything. Thomas. I mean, come on, man. Like, it ain't like he was out there, like, all he's got to work with it right now is CMC. And I mean, that's a hell of a weapon to work with. Like, but again, like, yeah, it's the CMC show until they get somebody in there that's going to be able to captain that ship. And Teddy B is not the captain.
So what pick do you think they make here, Rich?
Oh man. To be honest, man, they might, man. I'd see them. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, no, ain't nobody worth it. They might go with a receiver, or they might replace Kuechly, being he retired.
Simmons is still sitting there, man. That dude's a beast.
They might go Simmons and try to replace Luke Kuechly.
What do you think about that Andrew Thomas pick? Did you think that was a reach for the Giants?
Oh no, man! But I was mad because I was hoping he was going to fall to us.
I know, right? Yeah, but Cleveland, yeah.
That was in a lot of mock drafts.
Man.
I heard the Jets franchise just collapsed. You're not even the fellow one.
Hey, my nephew George just said he heard the Jets franchise just collapsed. They're not even in the NFL no more.
They collapsed with the XFL, didn't they?
I'm about to bring in one of my old school lines in a second.
Oh, that's who they took. I figured he was the best talent. I
mean, yeah, I thought he was going to go where Okuda went. I thought he went there, but yeah.
Well, here's my.
Is Isaiah Simmons going to fall in Cleveland's lap and we pull the trigger on a deal for Trent Williams?
That's intriguing. But I will say Derek Brown was crying. You know, the emotion on his eyes spoke volumes. He is very happy. If he wasn't happy, Derek Brown's same reaction that he just had is the same reaction Nate has when he's out of liquor.
Real quick, who's running the Rock in Arizona?
Oh,
that's a good question.
That's Kendrick Drake.
Man, right? Can Swifty Poo jump off the map right here?
I don't think. I think he's gonna fall in the second round. I really do.
You think Swift's gonna drop to the second?
It wouldn't surprise me with all the I don't know. See, that's it. Swift. That would be a really good pick for anybody. Arizona could go him, and that would be one explosive team with what they have right now. But I think Cardinals are going to take the second best offensive lineman on the board. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, they did just trade and get DeAndre Hopkins. So I mean,
They need
Yeah,
somebody.
Willis would be a nice fit here
Yep,
for Arizona.
They got to protect.
But I kind of hope Willis goes to the Browns to protect my boy Baker.
Oh,
yeah, I want us to get some protection, but yeah, I'm thinking they'll probably go O-line. Jedrick Wills. Say what?
I think Cardinals will get protection. I think they're going to get an offensive line, too.
Yeah, because, I mean, I watched a few games, and poor Kyler, he was doing what he's best at. He was running for his life.
Kyler Murray definitely needs somebody that can protect him. You were right about that. He was running all over the place.
That dude is so smooth, shifty, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he
He's
is.
little. It's like chasing a leprechaun around. Like, it's just like.
And he's got a cannon too.
Got a cannon, yeah.
Yeah, Arizona's going. They're going all line right here. They have to.
If they don't go offensive line, I actually will be shocked. And I'm also shocked that we have not seen the first trade in the first round yet.
I know. I can't believe that either, honestly.
This is Julian Love and Jake Fromm.
But the Dolphins also still have 2 more picks in the first round at 18 and 26, so I think they'll pull a trigger there.
I hope Oakland don't trade, man. I have a feeling they're about to.
What if the Miami Dolphins with the 18th pick, if he drops, get Swifts?
Yeah, that's a very good possibility.
Oh man, listen, I'm kind of getting tunnel vision because I see my team on the board, so I'm kind of.
Yep, I see you.
Thinking of all the possibilities.
We'll talk about them.
I mean.
They took Simmons.
I really thought it was going to be offensive lineman.
I honestly was kind of hoping maybe he would drop to 12 and Vegas could get him. I would take Simmons. I would take Simmons over CD.
Right. Damn it, man. Well, so.
Oh yeah, Cleveland's set up, man. They're gonna get a good lineman here.
Yeah. Either way, Jedrick Wilson. Either one.
See now, Jacksonville was trying to trade. Their beast running back, Mr. Flash, himself, Mr. Get Injured all the time.
Leonard Fournette.
Mr. Leonard Flash Fournette. I love Fournette coming out of LSU, man. He was a beast.
Did y'all just see? Wait a minute. Don't act like y'all didn't just see. Did y'all just see that?
Did I just see that? I saw that too.
Did you just see Isaiah Simmons racing Travis Etienne?
Wow.
Did what now?
Yeah, they just showed Travis Etienne racing Isaiah Simmons, and it was neck and neck.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. How that was neck and neck. But that was a good pick.
I can't believe they didn't go tackle. I can't believe that.
I mean, that's going to be good for the New York Jets or Cleveland Browns.
I did not see them taking Simmons.
I didn't. No.
I didn't
see that.
I don't see the Jets getting Jerry Jeudy now if an offensive lineman drops.
Yeah, because I definitely got to protect old big head.
He's a huge target.
Yeah, Ed, this is like, come hit me. Yeah, it's like a billboard.
All right, Nate,
Sam.
hang on. I have to kick Rich out of this call.
Just saying, don't hate me. Hate his
hate the owner, hate the manager, hate everybody in the front office. Don't hate the game.
Don't hate the game.
I'm so mad at Rich right now. I have to bring up Big Head.
Listen, Sam Darnold's a smart dude. You can't not be smart, though. He's got enough headspace for 4 brains. So, I
You
mean,
know what, man? I hope the Cleveland Browns, I hope they draft a 7th round projection in the 1st round.
Listen,
man, I hope they get Willis, man. I hope they get that Tank. They'll get Tank Willis.
What? Right? What? He said the Jets draft Jalen Hurts. What if? Which one was the one that had like a 5 flat 40? It was like, was that Wills or was that Beck?
I think so. No, I think it's that cat from Alabama.
All I gotta say is we're all getting tunnel vision because the Browns, the Raiders, and the Jets.
I know we are. Yeah, all 3 of us got our picks coming up, man. I'm so nervous, like my gut's hurting, man. I just want CeeDee Lamb so bad.
Yeah, that'd be nasty.
Like soon, man, if we get CeeDee Lamb, I swear to God, I'm gonna get on NFL.com right now, and I will buy a CeeDee Lamb jersey today.
Did my boy go out there to Las Vegas? Mariota?
He did. Mariota.
He really just said that. Nate, breathe, man.
Oh,
Breathe.
shit, Mariota, boy. That's a good one right there, boy. He'll fit in good, man. Car's time's limited, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Because the GOAT gonna push him. I don't care what nobody say. That's my GOAT. Mariota. And then y'all must Mariota, the old.
I think that's going to be one of the most intriguing quarterback competitions that we have in the NFL this year coming up.
Well, you see, Derek Queefa hasn't really had anybody to throw to.
What the fuck?
Oh, man. He is just I mean, all he had was Waller, man. That's all he had. They have got to get somebody out there. But you know, Gruden loves Gota. You know, he loves him, man. They get along good, so we'll see what happens with that. He's got him in case that if there's nobody in the draft this year or next year, quarterback wise, he'll be the cat next year.
That's just too funny. I can't believe you married Gota and Derek Queefy. I can't believe y'all.
Hey,
if y'all don't think this is entertaining, you might as well fucking leave.
Does Las Vegas, they've released all uniforms, right?
I don't think. Did they, Nate?
He done passed out.
Nate, did you pass out?
Nate.
No, it's chicken shit. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Did Las Vegas release their uniforms?
No, not yet.
Man, I want to see, man, what they gonna do.
Shit, I like the uniforms as they are. Keep it old school.
Oh yeah, but I mean, obviously they got to change something. This, they didn't move. I'm sure they're gonna change.
I don't care what they do. I don't care if they go out there in pink jerseys, man. I just want CeeDee Lamb. That's all I want out of life.
Pink jerseys.
I don't care what they look like. I don't care, dude.
Listen, imagine they get CD and then they got some black on black uniforms. It'd be nice.
All right, with the Jaguars though, guys. They need defensive line, cornerback, safety. Their secondary is quarterback, wide receiver, edge, D line, O line, and linebacker. And it says don't need. They need every position. That's what it says.
They need every position.
That's what it says. There is no don't need.
Well, we need a Jort God. He could. Who's the number one receiver there?
I don't even know.
Let's see what's around. Is it probably garbage?
Hey, Judy could be in play here.
Jaguars
You notice
have
how I don't
drafted
say it.
C.D. Lamb.
Come on, don't play.
I think they might go Javon Kinlaw. I don't think they really need a receiver, do they? Like,
I don't know. Like, I can't even think of who their number one is.
D.D. Westbrook, Sharp Jr.
Oh yeah, D.D. Yeah.
They got the one dude that's young. That he came on strong too, like
Here's the
out of
pick.
nowhere.
Ooh. I knew it was going to be C.J.
Oh yeah, well they needed. Yeah, that's a good pick, I guess.
Did they lose Boy and
Anderson. Yes, they traded
and,
Boy. They traded Boy to.
Yeah.
They traded him to the Broncos, and you know
Oh,
where.
Boye went to the Broncos.
Yes, Boye went to the Broncos.
Oh, sorry. Nothing else matters. Cleveland's on the clock.
Damn, that was fast. Their pick is already in.
Oh, they already know who they're getting.
They're out here fucking around. Analytics.
Oh my goodness.
Analytics.
Y'all funny.
I will throw this tablet through the TV, and I will never be a Browns fan again.
What?
If they draft Jalen. He said the Browns draft Jalen Hurts.
That is a negative 0% chance of happening.
I know. That's why he said it.
Get Baker some time to get down the field, for Christ's sake, please.
Yep, they need protection bad.
Jedrick Wills Jr.
Yes, that's who they need. If they pick anybody else, then the whole front office needs to walk into oncoming traffic.
I think they already did that when they drafted
Wills or me. If they don't pick Jedrick Wills or Mekhi Becton right here, listen, I can't say this, we're live. But I was about to put a whole lot of COVID on a whole lot of people.
Oh my lord!
Like,
if they do not,
tell us how you really feel, sir.
They don't pick one of them two, may all their masks fail. Just saying.
If they don't, if they do not go offensive line, then that whole front office absolutely needs to walk onto oncoming traffic, just like they did when they picked Johnny Manziel.
I don't see how we can pass on Jedrick or fucking Mekhi. And then everybody's talking about somebody, supposedly one of the two, something about failing a piss test or something, possibly, or whatever. Or worse, yeah. Tristan Wirfs, Mekhi Becton, or fucking, I forgot about Tristan Wirfs, beast ass.
Yeah, he is a beast too.
And Jedrick Wills. If it ain't one of them three, I might no longer be on the podcast. I don't know.
Oh, look at little Rich on the screen. Fletcher Rollinson. That's awesome. Little 12-year-old. He's got the Landry jersey on.
Motherfucker, you know I'm black. Did you say Little Rich?
Well, yeah, little Rich on there. That's awesome. Look at little Landry on there.
That's Raiders.
That looked like you when you was 2.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
We're going to get CD Lamb, baby.
I was bigger than that.
Just CD Lamb.
Damn. He said I had a beard.
I was bigger than that.
Mm.
All right, Brown. He's got it.
Sweet baby Jesus. And your little.
Come on, baby. Get him. Get him. Come on, man. Just tell the pick, man.
Rich.
Yes.
Jedrick, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Look at
That's who
that
they needed
monster.
right there, baby.
Look at that
Oh, that
monster.
dude's a tank. Look at him. Yeah.
He would break your face with his pinky finger. Look at that big
Look,
boy.
even his little sister, man, you see, she had some size 15s on. She's like, I'll suit up next year. Don't worry.
And they also got a really good Alabama offensive tackle who finished his Alabama career with 28 consecutive starts. So they're bringing in somebody who is completely healthy and ready to start.
Yeah, this the dude that ran the 40 in 5.05.
Yes, he did. Look at this.
So who do we got here, Logan? Come on, tell us. Who do we got?
The Jets. Let's see what the Jets. The Jets need offensive tackle. They need edge rusher. They need wide receiver and offensive line. We also need just about every freaking thing. Okay. But I say we either take Jerry Jeudy, CD Lamb, or offensive tackle.
Oh God, they take CD Lamb. I'm gonna bust my TV.
And the crazy thing is it's possible because I mean being honest, I can't stand Big Head Sam, but still, like they need a receiver because I mean,
just so we don't Rich, before we keep going, just so we don't piss Nate off way too much, let's just talk about us going offensive line or edge rusher or cornerback.
No, I'm just being real. Like in all honesty, like right now, your guys, even though of course you guys could use help defensively, but right now I think that's the strongest part of your team right now is your defense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They do need somebody to catch the ball, man. I hope they don't take CD.
I would really like
they
Jerry
take Jerry Jeudy, man. Or Huggs, man. Huggs is a beast too.
I don't think we would go wide receiver because what Rich said earlier. Remember, Rich? You said that wide receiver, it's so deep that.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when you have a motherfucker like Jerry Jeudy, I hate to say I'm just saying, CD Lamb, Henry Ruggs, like when you got some of these thoroughbreds fall into your lap at one of your glaring needs, you don't wait for that depth. You know what I mean? Like right now, you have Le'Veon struggling, big head. He makes enough mistakes on his own with nobody to throw the damn ball to. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have an opportunity for like one of these studs. Like, I mean, it would be remiss if they just was like, oh, we're gonna go. Only thing I see them doing, other than a wide receiver right now, would be to get Mekhi Becton or Tristan Wirfs. Other than that, it's to pick a wide receiver. Like, that's my opinion.
I say, man, I would be happy no matter what. We need a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. I'll be happy if we get somebody that can protect big-headed Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm. Say it with pride.
But he also needs somebody that he can throw the ball to since Robbie Anderson is gone.
Right now we got safety deadline. We picked up Carl Joseph. Well, he was a rookie last year. He's all right. He's got to develop. But Carl Joseph, we got him out of he was a Raider.
Where did he go after?
Carl Joseph?
Oh no, yeah.
He's Cleveland. He's a Brown.
He went straight from Oakland there.
Yep.
And I just want to say this right now: the Jets pick isn't in, so this could be the very first trade.
They may be trading back. Trading back is a play for Jordan Love. Are the Patriots coming up?
Oh hell no!
We take Jordan Love here.
We wouldn't trade with no Patriots, but I will say we do got 1:50 on the clock now. So I mean, it's a good possibility. This is the very first trade,
They're gonna screw this pickup is what they're gonna do. They're taking too long.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
Don't hurt my feelings like that. I didn't try to hurt your feelings.
Oh shit! He said they trade Sam Darnold for.
They trade Sam Darnold for a piece of garbage.
I would trade freaking Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, and Mary Noda for a freaking cream cheese bagel. Alright?
For some Mountain Dew pancakes.
Oh, hell, I don't need. Oh, the pick is in. The pick
is in.
But, I mean, you think about it. I kind of understand why it did take them so long to make this pick because there's so many good names on the board now. And maybe Wirfs was going to be their pick.
Yeah, Schobert.
Right, Nate?
Yeah, dude, I'm getting that tunnel vision. I'm getting sick, man.
He said I'm getting sick.
Like, I'm getting sick.
I think I feel.
Oh, man, I just want the lamb chop, baby. I want the lamb chop.
They're about to... Can't wait for this. Can't wait to see.
Please don't fuck me, Jets. Don't fuck me.
Fuck, I don't even know.
I would say Tristan Wirfs. I would say... Oh, man. I wouldn't go McKinney.
Please take Judy. Please take Judy.
Please take Judy. Well, you guys will say Jerry Jeudy did drop a couple. He did very well, did drop a couple. Michael Irvin thinks Jerry Jeudy's going to the Jets. He said that Jerry Jeudy gives you that stinky leg.
Don't, shut up, Michael.
He's saying, shut up, Michael. Shut up, Michael.
He was a 4th round pick originally.
Who was?
Oh, we was talking about Joe Schobert. He was wondering where Joe go. He went to Jacksonville. They picked him up free agency. Gave him a nice cushy deal.
Come on, man. What's taking so long? Let's go. Damn.
Did you hear what the
oh,
guys...
shit. They're showing Henry Ruggs. What are they showing him for?
He faster than Robbie punk-ass Anderson.
Damn, look at CD.
Who?
Oh, they're showing him. We're getting him. We're getting lamb chops.
I see some legs, boy.
Jim.
Here it is.
Jim.
Oh, I'm excited.
Jim.
Don't do it.
Shush
Please,
it.
God, don't do it.
Oh.
See?
Oh, shit.
Look at that big ass boy.
This fucker now he's big.
Let's go, baby.
Look at that big boy.
Is that Daddy? Damn. Look, I knew that. I figured though they were gonna get
Rich.
a wide receiver O-line. It was gonna be Becton or fucking Tristan Wirfs.
How sad they are.
Come on, baby.
Shut up.
Okay,
Shut up,
I'm
Jordan.
just going to breathe for a minute. I'm going to charge up my headset. I'll be right back. I just got to breathe.
All right.
So what do you
I'll
think,
be right
Rich?
back. Let me breathe.
Yeah, this dude ran a 5.10 40 at 364 yards. I mean, 364 pounds. Bro, what?
And he's 6'7".
6'7", 364, running a 5.10 40.
Look at him play basketball too. Look at that big boy just run. He's gonna be. Look how tall he is compared to some of them dudes. Watch this 40 yard. Look at that.
That's
boy.
my favorite player on that lame team.
Let's watch him play. You hear
Real
Nate?
question.
Take it.
What was it, Brown?
Did you see him manhandle that dude?
Did it on third, yeah.
Look at him, man. Look at him. Wow.
Yeah.
Get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Oh, Yanni.
Rich is like, hey, this is good pick for the Jets. And what the Browns did, it's a really good pick for them. It really bolsters up the offensive line for both teams.
Come on, baby.
Nate's getting all excited. He needs to breathe. He's even clapping.
We need CD, baby.
Man, he's hyped for his team's pick. He's hoping they do right. He wants them to get CD Lamb so bad because also, Oklahoma. Oh my gosh.
What? Oh, the Raiders pick is in, Nate.
Oh, pick's in, baby. Pick's in, baby.
What the hell is Tim Davis? BJ Goodson? Jermaine Grace? Willie Harvey?
Look, you see it on the TV, Rich? Look at him push the damn truck.
Come on, baby. Please get CD. Please.
Look at that boy go.
Hey, don't start that.
What's a workout?
That was a good workout. Le'Veon Bell's going to have a really good time rushing behind that dude, isn't he?
Man. So we got 3 quarterbacks, got 3 offensive linemen, 3 corners, and 3 offensive linemen.
Yes, sir. So what do you think the Raiders are going to do, Rich?
Look, I'm hoping for the home.
You think they're going to take Lamb?
They need a receiver. And I mean, it's John Gruden is the coach. He likes to air it out.
I believe this is their chance to make the Raiders great again. I don't want to hear Jordan anymore tonight, all right? I don't want to hear any more Jordan.
It's not going to happen. You're going to hear him.
What if they go Jerry Jeudy and they don't take Lamb? How mad would Nate be?
Kidding me? They're gonna be mad with that. The top 3. Oh my God! There it is.
You think Nate's gonna be mad though, Rich, if they don't take Lamb?
Listen, he's invested. You hear this?
Come on, just say it.
Just say it. Just say it.
Come on.
Oh!
God damn!
Damn. Oh, shit.
I mean, he does.
That always shows speed, man. That's just so fucking
So pissed. He is livid.
They played high school basketball together. And one weekend they were supposed to drive in the same car to a high school tournament. Rose was under the weather, had the flu, didn't go.
Yeah, he's not happy, but I think this is going to be good speed-wise, but
He's a burner.
he's going to be a burner.
They're all good.
Yeah, about to say, yeah, John. He wanted that burner.
Yep, he wanted that burner. He wanted that guy that can be like a Tyreek Hill in a lot of minds, comparison wise.
Fucking bullshit.
He is.
He's still mad. It's all right, Nate. You still got a guy that could be a. He could really be Tyreek Hill.
Man, fuck, I would have traded out, man.
He said he'd rather trade out.
Man, I'm telling y'all right now, I would have traded out. I mean, fuck, they had Marks Ruggs going later. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we've done this. It's 2 years in a row. Our first pick we botched on. 2 years in a row.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the comparison is Tyreek Hill. I mean, but Jerry Jeudy and Lamb is way above Ruggs right now. They really did, like you said, they went speed-wise. I mean, I can see why.
They always do that, man. They always go speed, and it always screws them, man.
I mean, I really do hope.
Man,
CeeDee Lamb is the next Megatron. You hear?
He's the next Megatron.
I'm telling you right now. You heard it here.
I thought Jerry
CeeDee Lamb
Jeudy
is the next Megatron.
I heard it here first.
Yep. We heard it here.
Bullshit, man. We still. Oh, no.
It's all right, Nate.
That one.
Can't be mad all the time. I mean, you know, I really wanted Jerry Jeudy on the Jets, and I didn't get what I wanted, unfortunately. Never happens. Every time I want somebody, besides Jamal Adams. So what do you think, Nate?
My phone is being stupid. The damn 49ers.
I mean, I'm surprised that the Raiders wasn't going to trade out. But let's see what... is the 49ers going to trade out? Could they be a potential team that does that?
The damn 49ers.
Nate, are you there?
Yeah, man. I'm just, everybody's asking me how I feel about the pick. I mean, how do you think I feel?
Yeah, I understand.
Well, they could have sat there. They could have traded back and got Henry Ruggs. You know what I mean?
They
The
could have.
same thing they done last year with Colin Farrell, man. I mean, he was projected to be a second-round pick, and they take a 5 overall. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I really don't.
I don't get some of the...
Trade back, man. Trade back if you're going to do that shit. That's a wasted pick, man.
What do you think, Rich?
That just like that Clelin Farrell kind of fucked me up last year, too. I was like, what?
I remember being in the chat with you, too, last year, Rich.
I don't remember. That's too far back.
I got good memory. Come on now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And see, you look at it, Alabama's first-round wide receivers, Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, and Henry Ruggs. Nate's probably going to say he's going to be traded away, too, just like Amari Cooper in a few years.
Oh, he will. He will. Well, they do this shit all the time, man. They always go with speed. How many? All right, think about this. With the Raiders pick, all these motherfuckers. How many of them still on the team? Zilch. 0. They don't last. They're gone. They're garbage.
They do not last, but I mean, I see they want to have the same offense as what the Chiefs do with Tyreek Hill. I think that's part of the reason why they went speed. I mean, is Ruggs a number one, Rich?
What Nate's saying, though, is like, I mean, listen, this goes back. Like at one time back, I mean, I'm talking back Tim Brown, Willie Gault, James Jett, you know what I mean? Like, they always, like, at one time they had like the 4 fastest receivers in the NFL on there.
Trade alert. Sorry, Rich, trade alert.
Buccaneers traded up?
The Bucs have traded up with the 49ers.
Oh, shit. To the Bucs, huh? What are the Bucs doing here?
They're going to get the offensive line.
Yeah, I guess they probably would. They got to go offensive line. They're loaded everywhere else.
Yeah, and they got back.
Or what if they're getting old boy from Georgia?
Talking about the running back?
Yeah. I know
talking
Ronald Jones is there, but yeah, they won't do it. Boy, if they did that offense,
they got
they'll
back
go.
to back.
Yeah, they'll go offensive line. That's the only reason they would trade up like that.
But I'm saying they could mess around and go. They can fuck around and Tristan Wirfs, and then the next pick they can fuck around and get Swift because they got back to back.
Some people are saying that we're trying to stagnate.
Okay, let's think about this scenario. What if CeeDee Lamb is still on the board at 19 and the Vegas Raiders load up and go get him?
He said if he's still available at 19 and the Raiders load up to go get him.
Then the Vegas Raiders are ready for showtime. We'll just call them the Showtime Raiders, baby. Let's go.
Right? That would be crazy, though.
It won't happen. That's just me being ignorant.
I know. Hopeful, wishful thinking.
Man, I don't want him to go to the division. If he don't go into the AFC West, I'm good.
We're saying fourth round, Malik Harris.
I mean, the Broncos could take Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb.
That'd be nice.
Man, they take CeeDee Lamb, dude. I'll just quit watching football.
Saying third round, Darryl Taylor from Tennessee.
Could you imagine if CeeDee Lamb did drop, okay, and the Chiefs got him?
Yeah, he's
apparently was gonna be that as a tight end.
Yeah, he's about to say. Yeah, he's a big solid. Like, yeah, he's a.
They're saying receiver.
Yeah, he playing receiver. He actually plays. Yeah,
I'm curious to see.
He's not like, but he's one of those. He's a Cleveland type dude. Like, he's that working class go getter. Like, they'd love him if he could produce.
Really curious, aren't you, Nate? See what the Bucks do.
No, they got to be going tackle.
Well, who's on the board?
Yeah, like, they don't need receivers or tight ends. Like, Tampa.
Well, here we go. We're about to get it.
He's gone.
CD to Tampa.
That would be insane. You're trying to piss Nate off and make him.
I wouldn't care if he went to Tampa.
He'd get a ring, huh?
Yep. Let's see. I called it.
Yeah, I knew that'd be the only way they trade up, take a tackle.
The only reason I knew it is because all of them offensive linemen going early, and then the Jets getting big boy. This was somebody that they needed to have to protect Tom Brady.
This offensive lineman ran a faster 40 than Joe Bosa.
Let that sink in right now.
This one?
Yeah. It just said it. He ran a faster 40 than Joey Bosa.
Yeah, he ran a 4.8 40.
That lineman?
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, they said his 40 time was faster than Joey Bosa's 40 time.
That's awesome.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to take you guys out of the back porch with me.
What did you do?
And did they just trade up one spot with the 49ers to get the offensive lineman?
It just didn't. Yeah, they switched with the 49ers. I wonder what they gave up to switch, though.
That is going to be a question.
He just got electrocuted. And what did that do it? They haven't really said.
Well, my bulldog just got electrocuted.
What?
What? What did he do?
What happened?
He was chewing on a damn extension cord, dude.
Is he
He
alright?
jumped. And I heard click, and he jumped up in the air. I was like, "What is he doing?" I looked over there. Sure enough, he was electrocuted.
Is he okay now?
Yeah, he's good. Hell, he was going back for more.
Is that what's his name?
Okay, I got my earpiece back now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Nate. Who is that? Is that Spike?
Do what now?
Who did that? What was the dog's name?
Tank.
Tank did it?
Tank. You don't remember Tank Daddy Payne?
Tank. Yeah, Tank. That's his name. Tank.
Yeah, Tank. He was just chewing on the end of it and got electrocuted and went back for some more. Yeah, he is. He's a definite beast. He's a beast dog. Hopefully Henry Ruggs is, man. I mean, he's okay, I guess, man. But I wanted my boy CeeDee Lamb now.
I know you did.
I wanted it bad, man. I was gonna order the jersey and everything. Like I was probably gonna put Lamb number 12 on the back of my truck.
So is it
But that's how
okay?
bad I wanted him.
Is it okay if you get a Ruggs jersey now?
No, I'm gonna have to see him first. I didn't follow him at all. I don't even know what he's about.
He's the fastest.
I know he's fast. That's all I know. What he run? A 4.27?
Yeah, and he could jump off the gym.
Yep,
He's only 5'11", though, huh? Well, they think he's gonna be a Tyree.
But he got this Spud Webb hop. They were showing him playing basketball, dunking on people.
Man, he better do something, man. I'm so sick of the Raiders going speed, man. It gets old.
Yeah, it's but all I gotta say now is, what do the 49ers do?
Shit, 49ers.
They need receivers.
They do. They could take Jerry Jeudy right here. What they get on that? What they get for Tampa to come up?
It hasn't said, but I know they just flip-flopped. They only went up one.
Well, if they went up one, then obviously San Fran's going line.
That's probably what they were going to do. I would say they do go receiver, and it might piss you off if Rodney's team gets Lamb.
Honestly, man, I just want CeeDee to go to a good program, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind him going to San Fran. I just don't want him to go in the AFC West.
I think the Broncos will end up going Jerry Jeudy. I think that's the main focus for the Broncos. So it's the only team I think will go receiver.
I can't find nothing on it. Like, it's not saying.
It's not telling it?
Yeah, it's not saying shit.
Are you all right? Huh?
But outside of the NFL draft right now, guys, I do want to ask you guys about your opinion on Percy Harvin.
Oh yeah, where'd Percy go?
We haven't found out yet. I just got a comment on my stream saying dumbest stream ever.
Who said that?
Some dude named ROH07.
Streaming on Facebook.
YouTube.
I am actually supposed to be streaming on Facebook too. Well,
here
ROH.
it is. It just come in.
I don't care.
Number 3 for a 7th round. and fourth round.
Yeah, they gave up. They traded their traded positions, and then they gave him the 117th pick, and they got the last 7th round pick.
Huh. Intriguing. All right, let's see.
The wonderful thing about social media, you ain't got to listen. You can keep on scrolling.
Yeah, to hell with him.
Somebody called Bill Beasy 23. Is that Jordan? I knew it. I knew it when he said, "Man, this stream is stupid." Winky face.
Who was it?
My nephew.
Oh, okay. Constructive criticism. We'll take it.
We'll take it. All right, I got to go back and see what's happening.
Oh, they're showing Jerry Jeudy.
There you go, Jordan. Take that to the park. My comment.
No. Why don't you just say your comment?
Go watch porn or something.
He's telling me to go watch porn?
Porn?
Oh, back porn. Not decent.
Yeah, people are watching. San Fran taking forever.
I said, ROH, your opinion is the dumbest. All right. 49ers pick is in. '49ers have selected CeeDee Lamb. Oh, they didn't go Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, shit. Kinlaw. Damn, boy, that D.
Jeez. They on that defense win championship.
Defensive tackle. Why did they go defensive tackle? I think that was a good pick. For anybody that comments, though, I'm just going to point this out because it really grinds my gears. If you do comment on somebody's stream saying the dumbest stream ever, well, thanks for the view. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm sure we're just getting them on in now, ain't we?
I feel like I gotta fuck off. You should respond and say, "Dumbest waste of your time ever."
Right.
I'm so happy I wasted your time. Now leave. Never come back.
It's crazy seeing Jeudy and Lamb like
They're still sitting there. I think
See,
Jerry
man,
Jeudy,
the Raiders could have switched. Oh, well, but it don't matter. It don't matter, man. It's already done. They could have went back and they could have got Ruggs at 19, man. They're just stupid, man.
they could have. But this is the Broncos' time to get Jerry Jeudy, my bad.
Jerry Ludy?
Jerry Jeudy.
What is he? Is he looting, sir?
No, the reason why I said it like that, is because I was gonna say the Broncos desperately need a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball with Sutton, right? They got two good running backs with Lindsey. I'd say they go all out and get a receiver for the future with Sutton. Does anybody agree with me?
Who's Denver's quarterback?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock era.
I'll tell you what Dallas needs to do. They need to trade Dak Prescott and take Jordan Love.
You think?
Yes, sir, I do. That would save them millions. Get some future first. Work on a defense. That'd be the way to go, man. I am not a believer in Dak Prescott.
No?
No,
Wow.
sir. He is not worth $30 million a year.
Well, Nate, did you know that he just recently declined a $35 million a year?
He's a retard, man. That dude can't do nothing by himself, man. If you're gonna pay somebody $35 million a year, you need to be able to do it like Brady, like Russell Wilson, with nobody. If he ain't got Amari Cooper and 2 tackles out, he's garbage. And that's a fact, Jack.
And a running back. He also has a running back. And he can't do it.
I mean, he fits in good in the scheme, but he ain't no $35 million a year quarterback. And if anybody thinks that, please walk in oncoming traffic.
You heard it right here. Walk into oncoming traffic, ROH.
Please, God, don't take Lamb, man. If Broncos take Lamb, I'm gonna walk into oncoming traffic. I'm gonna walk out here.
I'm gonna be worried about it the rest.
35. It's a half a mile from me. I will walk out here and I will let a semi take me out.
Rich, I'm gonna be worried for him after this show.
Cherry pasta. Orange juice.
Are you gonna be worried about him, Rich?
Huh?
Are you gonna be worried about Nate walking into oncoming traffic now?
No, Nate loves life.
Oh, please, God, no.
John Elway is smiling like he just won the lottery.
Please, God, no.
So, final opinions. Is it Jerry Jeudy?
I think it's one of them boys.
You should have said Jerry Jeudy.
To go out there with old nose.
There he goes. There you go, Nate.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yes! Yes! Come on, Tingy.
I wish we would have got him.
I think this kid's got tools, man, to be a very productive NFL wide receiver. Like,
I think he is the next Calvin Johnson.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, not Judy.
I was just joking because of what Nate said earlier.
No, I said CeeDee Lamb will be.
That is sad, though. His sister passed away during Jerry Judy's senior year in 2016.
Atlanta needs defense.
They need
wait
everything.
a second. What happened? Where's Devontae Freeman? Is he still there?
No, they got Todd Gurley.
That's right. Yep, they won't be taking a running back. Damn, boy. See, look at Dallas. If they didn't re-sign Zeke to that big contract, they could have got old boy out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I tell you who the Raiders do taking 19.
What's that?
Murray, linebacker, Boomer Sooner. He's a beast.
Good possibility. So, Rich, question: what do you think the Atlanta Falcons will go here?
I definitely think they're gonna. I would assume defense. Like they got so many, in my opinion, holes, and they've lost some players, and like, let me see. I would say, in my opinion,
I think Falcons.
that's a good one. Kush just said he said he could see him taking that boy's name, the linebacker, Chasen.
So what is he? Is he listening to the podcast, or you guys just texting?
I'm just talking.
Hmm. Good, because I was gonna tell him to go on too.
Tell him to jump on. Hold on. Yeah, Clavin Cason.
Well,
I'm saying. Well, I mean,
yeah,
did you have old boy from he's an Okie. What boy's name? Linebacker Murray.
Mm-hmm. Falcons could go. Murray, what do you think, Nate?
I don't know, dude. Now there's rumbling CeeDee Lamb to Dallas.
What?
Hmm.
How would you feel about that?
I'd probably have to take a bathroom break. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What the hell? All right. Well, while you guys are laughing, the Atlanta Falcons' primary team needs are cornerback, defensive line, edge, and running back. Well, I wouldn't say running back anymore. Secondary is linebacker, O-line, and offensive tackle. And then it says don't need. Well, it says to hell with it. They need everything. That's what it says.
Where's that at?
Oh, that was my mock draft on team needs. No, it says none actually. So that's why I put in they need everything.
What if Dallas drafts Jordan Love?
That would be crazy.
And they tell Dak to take his high-balling ass out of town. Yeah, that won't happen.
If
that was gonna happen, they would have already made the move.
It's like Dak Prescott wants $45 million a year.
He's not worth it, man. Dak Prescott is a 25 at best $1 million quarterback. He is set up good. But boy, I tell you what, now CeeDee Lamb goes to Dallas. They might make some noise. They need that safety from LSU. I don't know his name. I can't remember it.
I do need to ask whose TV is a little loud.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sir, I need you to turn it down a little bit.
Sorry. Talking about it,
I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Not trying to piss anybody off. I just couldn't hear over the TV there for a second.
Well, it's been at the same volume for the last hour.
No, it's got an AC unit.
I don't know what happened. I think it could have been
a window unit in it.
I'm sorry. Don't throw me into oncoming traffic, please.
Man, come on, man. I hate how they drag this shit out. Let's go. Fuck, man. Look at that. 2 boomers up there in the top 5, baby.
I say Cowboys go Xavier McKinney.
They need to.
And not trade for freaking Jamal Adams, assholes.
What if it comes in? Jets get 17th pick. No, they can't get Jamal Adams. If they do, then they won't sign. They just be dumb. No, that's not going to happen.
Well, let's see.
How badass. I wish I was Arthur Blank to be an owner of an NFL franchise. How badass would that be?
Yeah, and their jerseys. What do you guys think of their new jerseys?
ATL.
All right.
I still say the Falcons go defensive side of the ball. Either cornerback or linebacker, maybe.
No, they're going defense. They have to.
They have to.
Linebacker, LSU.
I called it cornerback.
AJ Terrell. What?
Well, there you see,
What do you think, Rich, Nate?
That's a good pick. Well, they definitely need a defense. I mean, that's a good pick.
I mean, Trufant did leave the Falcons, so. So, what do you think, Rich? What's your thoughts?
I think it's a good pick. Like, I mean, it's a solid defense.
You can see it right on the play. What he's doing right now with Chase. I think the Falcons just they could have just taken what the player that the Dallas Cowboys may have wanted. You never know.
Shit, I bet Miami takes CD Lamb.
I'm about to say, Miami, I think, is either going to take CD Lamb or Xavier McKinney.
Yeah,
if Lamb is available. But
I don't know. RJ's thinking that Jerry ain't gonna pass on CD. You know what the Cowboys should have done? They should have let Amari walk, and they should have waited on his draft, man. They fucked up.
Right.
They could have CD Lamb right here for cheap.
There's so many opportunities for the Cowboys here. They could go either way. They could go receiver, like you said, CD Lamb. They could definitely go McKinney, because they've been dying for a future safety. And it wouldn't be shocking if they went linebacker. I mean, Sean Lee's on his last legs. He's only a rotational player.
They need a safety. They need a safety.
I don't
They
think
need a safety. If not, go that boy Lamb. Go get the lamb chop. Get the lamb chop.
Here's a question for you two. Is this a Jerry Jones pick, or is this a McCarthy pick?
Hey, until Jerry Jones is put 6 feet under, this is Jerry Jones' pick.
Exactly. Until
he'll fuck it up just like John Gruden did, the number 12 pick, and the number 5 pick last year.
Hey, I thought I was the one that kills the cow.
Listen.
Yeah, I don't got my lows. I gotta get there.
Hey, McCarthy, you're a little too close to the camera, sir.
Mike McCarthy.
Man, Cowboys need Lamb. Cowboys are taking Lamb. I feel it.
You feel it?
I feel it, man. I just have a feeling, man. Jerry loves Sooners.
Mhm.
He loves Sooners. CD Lamb will get picked. The 17th or 18th pick, I promise you that. He's a bet to go to Miami. He's a
What?
bet to go to Miami if Cowboys don't take him here.
What if CD Lamb does drop to the Las Vegas?
And they don't take him again? I might have to kill my dog. I don't know. No.
Oh my lord.
Poor Tank. He was just electrocuted.
Yeah, I might have to just go ahead and finish electrocuting him. I don't know.
You could just ask Tank to electrocute you.
Lamb and they don't pick him again. And he's like, I might do that out.
Is this true, Rich? Could Nate just ask Tank to electrocute him?
There's no way. They wouldn't go 2 receivers.
Look at Jerry Jones, boy. He's all happy. Fucking come on with the pick. Look at CD, boy.
They're showing CD. Is it his time? He's on his phone.
Yeah.
He's probably texting his girlfriend saying, "Sorry, babe, you might want to go to Jerry Judy."
His girlfriend don't give a shit about the draft, does she? She looks like she's about to walk in oncoming traffic. Pick is in, baby.
You get on with this already?
Pick is in, baby. Let's go.
Money to get.
Come on, man. Damn, man. I can't handle dragging it out. Let's go.
It probably is, CD. I mean, they showed him. Like, you know, they giving shit away, I think, right now.
Oh, fuck out of here, Jerry Jones, you fucking crackerjack.
Oh, my.
They
always have a good conversation.
Man, come on with it. Damn.
You know Jerry Jones has to talk the people's ear off.
That's what
That's all saying. McCarthy is, a little puppet. That's all he is.
Right back up.
Here it is, Jordan Love. Alright, get on with it. We already know pick is in. We already seen Jerry Jones for about 30
minutes. Come on, baby. Come on,
Xavier McKinney or Justin Jefferson.
CD, baby.
There it is.
Oh, I didn't want to go there.
Let's go, baby.
Nate, are you happy now?
I am happy. I'll take that, baby. I'll take it.
Can you imagine?
I'll take that. Now let's see what Dak does, bitch. You wanna act like a hoe? Let's see it now. You got all the weapons you possibly need.
Look, he's not happy at all.
Damn, man. Shit.
I have a question.
Because he knows he got Dak throwing to him. That's why.
I have a question, guys. I do have a question. You got Cooper. You got Lamb. And you got, who's the other boy? Who's the other receiver? Nate?
What now, Logan?
Amari Cooper, Lamb. Who's the other receiver on the team that's really good?
Really good. Oh, that,
Let me tell you what's great about this, because you know,
they got that young dude.
I got everybody take that. Hold on, Logan.
Who is the other young receiver that the Cowboys have, Rich?
Right, he's
Look at that one-handed catch.
Oh, Michael Gallup.
Gallup. Yeah.
Gallup.
Michael Gallup.
He ain't nothing special. He's a decent, but man, there's no reason. Dak Prescott. If you want $35 million a year, let's see it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Let's see it then. You got all the tools you need.
Well, they
got all the tools you need now. Let's see it.
They got Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, and their star running back, there's no excuse now, right, Rich?
There's no excuse. No excuse.
To me, there ain't really been too much excuse, but Dallas gonna do what Dallas do, and they gonna have all the hype, and they ain't gonna do shit.
Nope. Not with Dak Prescott back there.
He needs to be like beat our last season record.
I'd say they should have went safety, honestly, but I digress.
So, what does Miami do right here? I don't think they're going linebacker. I think they got some
I think
decent
safety.
young linebackers.
I mean, Lamb's off the board, so Miami's not going to go that route. Could they go Swift? Who is
They
their
could go.
running back?
They could go Swift. They could go. Justin Jefferson still out there. I like him.
Jefferson he's underrated too.
Yeah, that dude's a beast for real.
So they could go both offense, defense. They could go running back, safety, cornerback. Hell, they could even go offensive line if there's any more names out there that's intriguing.
Gosh, man, my foot.
It really just depends on the offensive scheme. So far, it's been losing.
And this is their second. This is their second pick in the first round. So
They need it. They need an edge rusher. They need a safety. They need a running back. They need a lot of stuff. But I think, I'm telling you, I think they go McKinney, Swift, or let's try to go Jefferson.
I agree. I like your thought process, Rich. I like your thought process.
Make a difference in working for the part-time on the action.
Nate fall asleep.
I don't know.
Everybody's messing me.
They're messing you?
This situation, like, it is what it is, but
We're almost up there to 32. I mean, we're going to have to look at some of the other teams.
I mean, now we'll see it. 35. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right, Rich, let's look here. The Dolphins need, and this draft pick is from the Pittsburgh Steelers for Minka Fitzpatrick. Dolphins got their quarterback now, so they need offensive line, safety, edge rusher, running back.
Boy, I just knew CD was going to go to Miami. You know what?
I think that was probably going to be their first choice. And then when the Cowboys took them, they're going to their next.
Yeah. Boy, it's lining up. It looks like Kenneth Murray, the Boomer Sooner product, could wind up in Vegas.
Could be.
Kenneth Murray.
Linebacker in the Big 12.
Yep. All right. While we're in the commercial break and the pick is in for the Dolphins.
What's that boy? Matos Gross or something like that? He's got like a different name. He's a defensive end. Hold on a second.
You don't really need to sell it any more than that. You're going to see all the crazy stuff Dennis Carter did. Water winning championships in That's enough.
Just a heads up, everyone that is still listening. We will be grading each team after this. We'll go after. We'll go through all the teams, all 32 teams, real quick after the show. After the draft is over, we will go through that quickly. If Rich is up for that.
I don't know. We got to see how late this run.
Yeah, that's true. If not, if we don't do all 32, we'll just We'll each pick a top 3 teams that had the best pick. How about that in the draft?
Yeah, talking about old boy out of Penn State. Yatur Gross Matos. I'm probably butchering the shit out of that name.
You sound like Rodney Curtis.
I know, right? Actually, I had to be like, Yatur Gross Matos. Ain't that his name? AJ Epeneza's still out there too.
Oh no, man! Vegas needs to take a corner. Who's the best corner available?
You still got Trayvon Diggs is still out there. Winfield's a safety. He's out there still.
All
right, well, the Dolphins' pick is in. Let's hear it, guys.
Xavier McKinney. Wow, good news for Tua. Is it a teammate or a receiver?
Oh.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay. They do need a line. Jalen Johnson's out there. Gladney. Fulton from LSU.
Oh, damn, boy. We take Kenneth here.
I don't like USC players.
Yeah, no, I don't want to freaking hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just dumb pick, man. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, chasing. Rich, is that who you was talking about? That big-ass defensive end from LSU? That would help out the Raiders line for sure.
Right.
That would help them out, man. I'd like that.
His sister's doing well, and now the Dolphins also does well. And as we said, it is a family affair for Boston Jackson. 6'4", 322 pounds. We mentioned his grandfather.
Good pick. I think Austin's intriguing. He's gonna be really. He's gonna help Tua a lot, in my opinion. I mean, look at the gameplay right now. I mean, I know you don't like a lot of USC guys. They're rich, but I believe this could be a decent pickup for the offensive line. I mean, as long as it's not quarterback, right?
You got to see how it's going to translate. You know what I mean? Like, it's always, from college to pros, it's really almost different games. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of times, like, we do get hyped up. We look at film, so on and so forth. But in my opinion and experience, like, USC players don't really translate too hot in the pros. Like, I don't know why, but they just don't. Look how many, oh my gosh, a USC, oh, he's going to be. And then, like, oh, well, he won, yeah.
Well, you're right. You got a point there. Haven't seen too many USC guys translate, but we shall see. But I do want to throw one thing out there for the Raiders. Nate, who do you think the Raiders are going to go with?
I want Chasen or Murray.
All right. And then the Jaguars, who do you guys think would go or fit with the Jaguars? Anybody?
Jaguars
need everybody, so.
I wouldn't say that.
They go offensive pick for sure.
You think Jacksonville needs everybody?
I think they need. I think they need an edge rusher if they do get rid of Yannick. If they do trade him.
Yeah, but as of right now, like he's still there. So I mean,
That's true. Offensive line to protect Minshew. I just think in the long
All
run.
right, let's go. Come on now, make a good pick here, man.
Here we go.
Come on, baby.
Make a special announcement. As you may know, we are standing on the host of Stratton down here. We thank so many for the effort they put forth to prepare that possibility. And we think you deserve another shot. So we're happy.
that stadium is fly as fuck.
Oh, nice. Raiders are hosting the draft. Okay, enough with that. Come on.
So what did they say?
Come on, baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot about old Damon Arnett. Okay.
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
I forgot about old Damon. Him and Okuda was out there creating havoc.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Nah, I think that could be solid.
That gives them stability on
And you
that
know,
defense.
A lot of Ohio State players defensively translate pretty solid.
Yes, they do. Did they just announce that the Raiders will host the 2021 draft?
Yes, they will.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select defensive end Bradley Ane, Utah.
I'm going to actually go. Jordan Love goes to Jacksonville. Could I be wrong? Am I wrong? Like, is that a bad like pick, like idea that I threw out there?
I think they're going to take that Gross Matos or whatever, or Bradley Ane.
And for the Eagles, I'm going to say Jefferson goes there. They need a receiver bad now.
Man.
You've got to have that position. Look, this kid is tough. He's physical, and he can find the ball.
I know. I'm throwing out options and stuff.
Oh, man. What a joke this team is. 8th corner. Mel Kiper said.
What did he say? Alright, I want to see some of this college play here. There it goes. Oh, you see that hold? Nate, you see him holding?
Yeah.
Well, listen, he was a guy that you need to come back to your draft status. That's exactly what he did.
Nate, are you
A
alright?
second or third round pick, man. God damn, man.
What are you saying? They drafted like you in Madden?
Ooh.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're drafting just like me, fucking every pickup, man. I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know. They try to go with the scheme with the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? They want hard-nosed football dudes. So I don't know. It's whatever.
Well,
They
hopefully
done
it
a lot better than
translates.
I thought they was last year, but I don't know. Yeah, we needed a corner too. Hopefully this one.
Hopefully it translates, you
He's all
know.
right.
The only thing you can think is like, you know, is it going to translate into really good, or is it going to translate into what the fuck did we do? We'll find out though.
Jaguars kick us in.
Hopefully, guys, Marigoda carries a team.
Hopefully what?
Hopefully, Marigoda carries a team.
I mean, that's what goats do. You know what I'm saying? That's what goats do.
Are you ready, Nate? Nate?
What?
I have one question for you. Derek Carr or Marigoda? Who's going to start this season?
Carr is gonna start.
Damn.
I mean, Carr ain't bad. He ain't bad. I mean, shit. He ain't had nobody to throw to. I mean, Waller just sit there and just went off. I mean, he just checked down the tight end constantly because he ain't had no wide receivers.
We shall see. So at least you're happy CD Lamb went somewhere you know.
Yes, I'm happy about that. At least the Cowboys made a good pick.
He said, at least Cowboys made a good pick. I'm just surprised, and I know you guys are probably going to agree with me on this one. Are you guys surprised there's only been one trade in the first round when, like, guys like Peter
I'm
Schrader?
very surprised, yeah. I'm very
Peter said
surprised
5. Peter really did say there was going to be like 5. Yep, it's going to be insane to see what happens going forward with some of these picks. I mean, Jacksonville, I'm a little curious to see where Jacksonville Jaguars go.
Well, tell you what, this whole draft is different.
It is really
It's
different.
weird.
Don't got beer and wings?
Right? Just the whole setup is just different. I mean, obviously, it's, you know, I'm just saying it's just.
It's like I'm playing Madden.
Right?
Yeah.
Just draft.
Good.
I'm gonna make this pizza.
I am going to say Justin Jefferson does go to the Philadelphia Eagles. McKinney will probably go somewhere.
Yeah.
He will probably go somewhere. That's a joke. Minnesota, I don't know where they will go. They might go linebacker. Let's see.
Yeah.
When's that start?
What y'all think, man? Y'all think the Raiders are the biggest joke of an organization in the history?
No, that's the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, you better watch your fucking tongue, boy.
At least the fucking Browns made a good pick. I mean, that was the best pick they could have made, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Raiders just fucked up twice.
Are you guys shocked that the Jags picked did not pick linebacker Murray here?
I mean, Chasen's a beast. Like, no, that's a solid pick.
Nate sounds like he's tossing salad over there.
No, that was Tank.
But yeah, Rich, you're right. You're totally right. I think this was a.
Oh shit! Billy, who took him?
Jacksonville.
Yep.
Man, that's who they should have got right there. That's who the Raiders should have got right there.
Or Murray.
Yeah, but Chase, he can play it everywhere, man. Like, dude.
Yeah, dude, that dude is a beast. I remember watching him penetrate my Sooners in the first round of the playoffs.
No, he's going to be really good for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is pretty much.
Jordan's in the shower.
They're really looking to redo that defense. So if I'm wrong, you guys think I'm wrong that Justin Jefferson might go to the Eagles?
Well, they don't necessarily think about, being wrong. I mean, this is all speculation and prediction, you know what I mean? Like, opinion. But they do need receiver help.
Yes, they do.
But, I mean, they need safety help. The defense is getting old for real. Like,
yes.
I seeing them grab Kenny or Winfield or somebody like that wouldn't be far-fetched.
Yeah, I know you, because Eagles is like your second family. With the whole Browns, right?
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, fly right out the door. What do you think, Nate? What do you think the divisional rivals for the Cowboys will do here?
I don't know, man. I was just say, yeah, they need a wide receiver, but I don't know that they'll go now because all of them are pretty much the same. I wouldn't think they would do that now. I would think that they would go tackle. I don't even know if they need one.
I mean, Jefferson's their receiver. He's the next best one, like I said.
Yeah, they do need a receiver bad. But I can't see them taking one right here. I would think they would try to get Carson Wentz some protection.
He's on the phone, so it looks like Justin Jefferson's going to the Eagles.
Oh, shit. Hey, I tell you, that running back from LSU, he's got like 3 names. That dude's a beast, too.
He's got like 3 names.
Get some stealing running backs. There is no reason in this day and age to pay a running back like the Cowboys did Zeke. Like the Panthers done McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to spend that much whenever you got beasts coming out of college like this. There's no reason. I do agree with that. If I owned a team and I was in charge of drafting, I would never sign a running back. I would just make it a revolving door. I'd draft running backs, let them come up, trade them their last year, or let them walk and draft another one. Because there's such good value in running backs coming out of the draft. And that's a fact, Jack, right there.
What do you think, Rich, on that? You agree with Nate, Rich?
I mean, in a big way, yeah. Like, I mean, how?
Because you think about it, though, like all the Super Bowl champions All of them have not paid a running back.
Patriots
Think
didn't.
about it.
Patriots
Think about
didn't.
it. Has there been a beast running back? I'm just talking in the last decade. In the last decade, has there been a beast running back that won a Super Bowl? I'm trying to think of one. Can you guys tell me one?
Good question.
I can't think of one. So for any team to sit there and pay $15 million, even 10, 12 million is a joke to me.
So you wouldn't pay Saquon or CMC?
Yeah, well, Christian McCaffrey's just in a whole nother world.
He is, but
Wow.
that handicapped that team with so many other needs. What?
Oh, shit.
That's in Waxahachie, babe. Right down here. Waxahachie is like 90 minutes away from me.
Hell yeah, I'm happy with this.
I'm a little shocked it wasn't Jefferson, but still, this is a really good pick. His name has really popped up recently, too, a lot of people said.
I'm not actually surprised.
He's fast.
I just don't remember seeing his name on any of the first round mock drafts. That's the only thing. I'm not saying he's not a first rounder, but what do you guys think? Rich, I know you're a little happy with this. You'll take it.
Look at it.
Yep, look at it go. Hey, Nate. Raiders could have did this.
No. Oh, they're good. I mean, that's. I got trust in Chucky. I didn't think Raiders were even going to finish what they did last year. They won 4 more games than what I thought they were. They had garbage last year. Garbage out on the field. And they managed to stay 500.
That's true. This dude's pretty beast on some of these replays. I don't really know much about him. About Jalen.
You don't follow a lot of college though either, so I mean.
I do sometimes. I do watch some things. And I have done my homework today.
I said you don't follow a lot.
That's true.
Of college.
But I do want to start watching a little bit more college. So I want to see what this guy can do for the Eagles.
Look, my nephew loves him. On Madden, every time we would play, we'll get his draft pass. He'd snatch Rager up.
All right, next team on the board, though, guys. Vikings. What do you guys see Vikings doing with this draft pick? Do they draft somebody to replace Diggs?
What do you want? The Vikings need a receiver. But surely they won't take one here.
Their tight end's getting old.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think this draft's got very many good tight ends, though, does it?
Not a lot, but there's a couple.
No, but they do have plenty of loose ends like the Raiders.
I'll take it. I mean, I agree.
You actually got that one, Nate?
Oh, that's how we roll. We like picking guys, that shouldn't even be in the first round, but that's how we like to roll. No, Ruggs was. He was projected first round. I just wish we would have went Lamb top.
But Vikings, it's going to be a tough one because I don't really I don't
They
really
need
know.
linebacker. They need tight end. They need wide receiver.
Do you see them going Murray, Rich?
I could see them taking McKinney right here.
Mm-hmm.
Or Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, because Vikings did trade Diggs, so.
Yeah, I bet they go Jefferson here.
And the only reason they traded Diggs is because of his personality and the way he acted.
And cap space. Like, he took up a hefty chunk of money to be such a diva.
Yep. Yeah, diva.
Do you guys think Ruggs would have fell to the Raiders at 19?
That's a good question. It's a good question. Rich, you got this one, don't you?
I would have rather took that tackle and beefed up the line a little bit and took my chances at 19, getting Ruggs.
Yeah, you could have got Jalen at least.
Jalen.
Yeah, the receiver that the Eagles just took.
Oh, yeah.
No, but what he's saying is they could have took.
If they would have waited
They could
on
have took a
Ruggs,
badass for sure tackle. You know what I'm saying?
and he could have fell
And beefed up the line a little more and waited to get a wide receiver at 19. That's what they should have done, man. I wish I was running the draft. What I would have done, I would have traded and I would have got some second-round picks. The Raiders don't even have a second-round pick. Don't even have a second-round pick. I would have traded out of that 12 spot to the Buccaneers and got a second round, maybe a fourth round.
Well, with
and took my chances and maybe got Ruggs at 19. That's what they should have done.
Well, this is why we don't have you as running the draft, Nate, because you would have fucked it up just like you do on Madden.
No, I wasn't in real life. I would know. God damn, man. Yeah, Raiders. I don't know, man. They did do good on Mad Max Crosby, though. That man is a beast now.
Yeah,
they got him in the fourth round out of, what was it, Central Michigan?
Yeah.
What a beast that dude is. So they made some good picks. Maybe these picks are good. And I'm just being a cuntess, you know?
Cuntess.
What do you think about it?
Go ahead, Rich, sorry.
Think about it. I can sit here and name a whole bunch of pretty solid DBs out of Ohio State.
Which ones, Rich?
I'm saying. You got
like hell, Raiders took Gary Conley, man. He was a flop.
Yeah, but there was a lot of shit going on with him though. Off the field shit. That's the only reason why he was a flop. He was a beast, but there was so much.
He looked good, he did look good.
Oh, Rogers, sit down. You're doing the fucking skull.
What, does he like the Vikings or something? What's up with him?
I caught it in my head. I had a
Yep. It's a good pick.
Sometimes drafting is kind of like high school recruiting. It's not an exact science. So we apologize. ESPN gave you no stars in high school. And you were listed as the number 308 receiver in the nation in the class of 2017.
Look at that. He grew from 5'7" to 6'1" junior year of high school. And the Patriots just traded a pick to the Chargers. Chargers are on the clock again.
That's what good organizations do right there. That's why the Patriots will be back on top in a few years. A few years, man. That's what good organizations do right there. They trade.
Yeah.
What did the Chargers do earlier? By the way, I'm trying to remember.
Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Well, could they be looking to get a corner or something here? A linebacker?
Shit. No, I bet they're. Oh shit! I bet they're going for old dude out of Alabama here. Kenny.
Would work this out because I'm feeling what's the slot of Minnesota. Justin Johnson's 99% out of the slot at LSU. So seeing how they messed this together.
Good pick by the Vikings, though. I like Jefferson a lot.
Oh yeah, that dude's good. He's gonna be good. He reminds me of a young Julio.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe he grew from 5'7" to 6'1" just his junior year of high school.
Well, that ain't nothing compared to Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen.
I know, that's true. Wonder what the Chargers do here, guys. What do you guys think? If you guys were on the clock right now with the Chargers as their headquarters, what would you draft right now as the
McKinney? McKinney. I can't believe McKinney's still there.
McKinney or Murray?
I don't. They do need linebackers, don't they? Look, what do they need, Logan?
Let me see. Chargers here. Chargers need. They need OT, cornerback, offensive line total, wide receiver, it says, linebacker, and running back.
There is Justin Jefferson.
So pretty much they need O-line, they need a linebacker, they need a safety, and a cornerback.
We're at 23. So wait a minute, we have to say. Well, Trey, yes, the New England Patriots have traded out of the first round and traded that pick number 23 with the Los Angeles Chargers for second and third.
That's what good organizations do right there.
Second round pick from Mohamed Sanu. So now the Patriots are left with 13 picks, and they can take the same player at 37 that they would have taken at 23. The Chargers, meanwhile, I think they're looking for a defensive help. They've got Justin Herbert on the other side of the football. There's a couple of linebackers sitting there right now. They make a lot of sense.
Couple linebackers, couple DEs.
Thanks for taking his hand up. With their second first round pick. No, okay.
Oh, the pick is not in. Okay. You lying sons of bitches. Well, I think what Rich said earlier. I think the Chargers might go linebacker here. Is that what you would really do, Rich?
I mean, that or D-line. Maybe somebody, because what's his name that's opposite Bosa? He old as hell.
Yeah, that's... I don't even know who's on the other side. Melvin Gordon's gone. Melvin's gone.
No, Melvin signed back with them.
I thought he left.
No, I thought he signed back with them.
I might be wrong then.
Melvin Gordon is a running back.
I meant the other Melvin, okay? Melvin,
Ingram?
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't that old, but I'm just saying, like.
There it is. Murray's gone from Oklahoma.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Man, come on. Oh.
This tour is fascinating. First of all, one of his first sports that he played well.
Him Murray went to the Chargers, bud.
Lots of great golf courses. But
in the division.
So dumb. I wish nothing but best for him, man. He's a beast.
He's a beast and he's a good person. Saved a woman's life with CPR last year.
He's a man of the people.
Just not the Raiders.
Yeah, just not the Raiders. No, we want to take people that can go in the 7th round instead of the 1st, you know.
All right. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here on the first round, ladies and gentlemen. We've been a long stream so far. What will the Saints do?
My tablet is about to die.
I'm sorry, Rich.
Yeah, and I don't have a long charger.
We will hold it down if your thing dies unless you need to get off.
What'd you say?
I hope it can last until then.
Yeah, we might get to 25.
Damn it. No. Just in case it does die. What do you think the Saints are going to do here, Rich?
Oh, no. Wouldn't that be crazy? They picked up a quarterback, start grooming.
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
But I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't think they would go Jordan Love.
See, that's what people are supposed to act like when you get picked.
Yeah, right? Act like this means something to you.
Yeah. I think that's the first excitement I've seen all night.
I know, there's a few.
Hell, Tua and his whole family sit there and look
like they couldn't speak English.
They look like they wanted to take a bullet in the head.
Well,
I guess I can see that going to Miami.
Oh my. All right, Rich. Here it is.
The Saints.
They need linebacker, cornerback, receiver.
I think they're gonna get the other dude from LSU, Queen. What's his name?
McKinney is still there. I cannot believe that.
Who is the other guy? McKinney's still there, and it does say the Saints need safety. It says here.
No, right there. See, hold on. There it is. That
Patrick
dude right
Queen.
there. Patrick Queen. That's what I think they take.
Do you agree with that?
I'll take that. Yeah.
Like, I think the only dude they got, and he was coming back from injury. What they got at linebacker there? Demario Davis.
Yeah, he's old.
Like, who else they got?
The guy that used to play for the Dolphins. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm agreeing with you here. And then after that, what do you think the Vikings do? Just in case you die, you can let them know every pick for the rest of them.
I think Patrick Queen to the Saints.
All right.
Minnesota.
They just want receiver.
Just go receiver.
It says they need cornerback. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I think they're going to go Trayvon Diggs or Jalen Johnson.
That's a good pick. Diggs would be good.
Yeah, I think they're going to do Trayvon Diggs or Jalen Johnson.
Well, we saw
Who's after?
We saw Dolphins pick up Tua and what's his name, the offensive lineman. What do they do with the 26th pick?
If Kenny's still there, that's who they get.
That'd be insane. Those 3 picks would be insane for the Dolphins
Yeah.
in
If
this
Kenny's
year.
still there, they get Xavier McKinney.
That's insane right there. Can you imagine if they did get all 3 of these guys? They really did something. And then the Seahawks, they need they
They're
always
gonna
need
trade out.
offensive tackle.
They're gonna trade out. Seattle's gonna trade out in the first round.
Yeah, well, it does seem like every year that the Patriots trade down, the Seahawks do it too.
Yeah, Seahawks. They usually trade back on the late. They don't. I think they're gonna trade out.
Baltimore Ravens is 28. They say linebacker is their main priority.
Ravens.
So we take a look at the New Orleans Saints as there is before we cover.
The old Ravens, eh?
Yep.
Well,
They've had so much heartbreak over the last 2 seasons. The last 3 seasons, they've lost games.
Excuse me, sorry.
Losses in the secondary. They did pick up Emmanuel Sanders, getting over in free agency after he was let go by San Francisco.
Shit, Antoine Whitfield Jr. too.
Yeah, he's out there.
Shit, you can't sleep on him.
Oh hell no! His daddy was a beast.
He'll be a headhunter, boy.
I think Baltimore is probably going to go. They'll probably go defensive line.
That's a good possibility.
Edge rusher.
They did say they need linebackers, so.
Yeah, but I think they're going to go D line.
A lot of these guys on TV, by the way, just said that they think Queen is going to the Saints.
That's what they said?
Yes, that's what they think.
That's an Ohio State DB.
What? I couldn't hear that.
Who?
What?
Who?
That's a pretty big lad.
Is he a center?
Center, yeah. Killed in a car accident in 2007. That's sad. Well, they did need center, guys. That's after what's his face retired last year, wasn't it?
Oh, my fucking knee. Huh. Cesar Ruiz.
And then we have the Titans and the Packers, Rich. Titans can go either way.
Sorry, I'm seeing what they're talking about with
Ruiz.
Yeah.
Let's see some of his play here.
That's my babe's Wolverine.
Pretty badass. Look at it. He's got a little bit of speed on him. This might be good for Drew Brees.
Tennessee, I think they might snatch. They're probably going to go O-line, maybe D-line. They lost Conklin. Man, they might fuck around and get, what is his name? Cleveland. Ezra Cleveland.
That's... What position does he play? I'm not too familiar.
Ezra Cleveland?
Yeah.
He's an offensive lineman out of Boise.
Okay.
Boise State.
They could. They really could.
Or that boy, Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson could be one. I know a little bit about him.
Do you?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. I want the Ravens to just go all out and draft Lamar Jackson.
Guess who got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles? Jalen Rager.
Rager? Fuck me,
Yeah, shit.
No.
Listen, I'm happy with that. Carson Wentz, get it to him. Go Philly.
Everyone to sleep on him.
Well, Philly wasn't sleeping on him.
Oh, shit, it's first round. I think he's gonna be a first round.
And he went before Justin Jefferson.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy, Jordan.
Shut up.
This is why we can't be friends.
That's why we aren't.
Why can't we?
Vikings just traded their pick to the 49ers.
Oh shit.
All right, now I'm starstruck. I don't know what the hell to think here. So the 49ers have traded with the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings will get pick 31. And I'm looking at the Twitter feed here. Alright, he's going to tell us. Wow. Oh, you might be playing tight end, huh? Who could it be, guys? If he's right and go for receiver, who's on the list there, Nate? Who do you think? Or did you fall asleep from drinking all the glasses?
No, it's coming on. I'm very tired, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. We could wrap this up a little bit early, unless you guys think we can get it to 32. I know we've been going a while. I'm so glad I'm not doing tomorrow and the next day. I don't think I can handle all that bullshit. I might be able to handle the second round, not the third round.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know. I got one pick in the second round I care about. Cowboys, that's it.
All right, let's see who the 49ers get. Roger Goodell, you do know they're still booing your ass. Ooh. Rich, are you still there? I think his tablet died. Yep, it's just you and I, Nate. So what do you think of this pick, Brandon?
He is not happy. He is not happy.
Why?
I don't know. He doesn't look happy at all.
He doesn't look happy? Why wouldn't he be happy? He's going to a team that could definitely be a Super Bowl team. Yeah, how is that possible? Alright, well, we're on pick 26, Nate. We're so close. So close to being over.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry for what?
The old lady said her stomach hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry too.
Logan said he's sorry. Good God, I can't say that on the air.
What the hell is she saying?
You don't want to know. I'll have to tell you in a PM.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Is she trying to say some nasty shit on air?
It sounds like it.
Only your old lady would do that.
I know it.
Well, send me the text
Big
message soon.
wide receiver. Damn. Patrick Queen's still out there.
Yep, he's still out there.